clear possibility of a very long-term relationship with him. And I think you'd be very happy with him. And I think that, again, you have to know going into this, he is going to do things on his own time. He won't be told what to do.
Right.
He's going to do it in his own time, in his own way. And we as women, sometimes we're like, we like all the details and we just want to get things done. And, I know you're a patient person too, but I'm just saying, like, I just feel like he's going to really need that time just to like do it in his own way, in his own time. And but that's okay. You'll be fine. It'll teach you a lot of patience too with him.
I bet. Yeah.
That's good.
That is something. That is a good thing. Yes. Well, thank you so much. That
you're very welcome.
So much for me. Oh my goodness.
Good.
That was amazing. Yes.
Good.
It just settled my heart. Because I'm like,
that's
really?
Great.
This is like the first guy I've dated in like a whole year. And it's like, boom, as soon as I met him, it was like, oh my God, like, what the heck? Yeah.
See, I feel like you were doing
a lot of connection to this guy.
Yeah, and I feel like you were doing a lot of your internal work during that year where you were wanting to really attract the right guy, because you just had these guys where you're like, whoa, what's going on?
Right. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It's great. Yeah. Good work. You did wonderfully.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks for calling in. Bye. So just to kind of reiterate what happened in the reading, we had Angela call in, and she was wondering about this guy. And see, this is the thing about, I saw him as a Cupid, and really sweet guy, and really loving, and he's very easygoing. He's the type of guy that has a little bit of a temper when he's really pushed, but he's mostly really easygoing, and that's going to be very compatible for her. But what I like to really, really tell people when we're doing a reading on their significant other or their partner, whoever's in their life, there's always going to be the challenges that come with the good things. And we have to weigh out what we're going to be patient enough with and what we can deal with in a relationship. And every single human has their flaws. And we just have to figure out what we're going to be able to live with and deal with. And that's just how it is, And we have to also decide if they're going to be okay with ours, and to admit that we have our own faults. We sometimes do stupid things or say stupid things, or we, have our personalities that are also unique. And really, it's a dance of trying to be comfortable and accepting and learn the lessons that we need to learn from that person, because every person that crosses our paths are karmically going to teach us exactly what we need to know at that point, and to draw to our attention the things that we need to work on spiritually as a person. And really, it's a spiritual journey when we're with someone, when we're with a partner, and it's about learning what we can spiritually. It's less about just always trying to see if, or do they like, all the shallow things, like what kind of movies they like, or what kind of music. Okay, well, yeah, that's important. But really, what are your personalities like? What is it that draws you two together? Because usually what draws two people together is also going to be their biggest issue, or could be their biggest issue, because in the long run, these things kind of get messy. And so what I discussed with Angela is that, yes, this guy's easygoing. He's different than anybody else. And this is wonderful. She got through this sort of a sludgy time of like dense energy time in her life with relationships. She kind of got rid of these other guys that were not trustworthy, not very kind. And now she's drawn to her. She's healed all that. And she's drawn to her because of that's healed. She's drawn to her this guy who's much more compatible with her, and who's going to be more kind and patient and loving and giving. And now she's going to have a new set of challenges with this person to work through. And it's not anything that's, just, completely horrible, but she will have to work on patience with letting somebody do things their own way and in their own due time. She's going to have to deal with a lot of masculinity, which is also going to kind of help her to develop her femininity, which is a really great thing for men and women, or whoever is predominantly masculine and feminine in the relationship. And it's going to be a very wonderful time for her to not just learn new lessons and grow spiritually, but it's also going to be a maturing time. It's a maturation time of dealing with feelings of insecurity or uncertainty, and trying to figure out if, can I trust this person? Now I have my kids involved, and it makes it so much more complex when there are children involved and parenting. And sometimes that person will have kids, when you're at that stage in your life. And so it's really important to just really look at this as our learning experience, and just see, what is it that we need to learn from this person? What is it that we're maturing in our spirits? What is it that we're maturing in our hearts? How is this opening our heart? How is it really helping us to trust our own intuition and exactly what we feel we need at the time and what we can offer the other person? Because when we have these relationships, when we come together with another person, what we're doing is we're looking into a mirror. And it may sound tricky, but it's very simple. We look at that person, and they're either going to reflect our insecurities or the things that we need to work on. And their reactions to our faults is also a mirror. So really, when we have these relationships, not just with friends and family and kids and our significant other, but it's also important to remember that spiritually, however you look at it, the universe, God, the angels, they will also mirror back to us exactly what we need at that time, because we are made in their image. We are in the same image. And it's important to remember that when we pray, we meditate, we look in that mirror, we're going to have things reflected. Usually when we're in our darkest hour and praying to, God, or universe, however people view that, when we're praying, it's basically a mirror off of God. We're bouncing off of God, what our needs are at the time and how that's reflecting in our life. So it's very, very important to pay attention to what you're praying about and journal it, because in that darkest hour, there are things that come up while we're praying that will reflect in our relationship during the day when our conscious mind is more or less taking over. So when we're in our kind of like really needy time and we're being beggars and we're asking and we're praying and we're really, really, focusing on these things that we really need, that's the time to write down what you prayed about, because later on you'll kind of remember, oh yeah, when I was, in that mind frame, and you're more of your subconscious, your inner child, subconscious mind, that's when we're really digging deep and getting all that dirty stuff out of there that we really need to fix and we really need some help with, and we just don't know what to do with it. And during the day, if we can focus on that and see what's happening with our significant other, or even the relationships at work or friends or our kids, see how that's showing up in those relationships. And sometimes the people around us, like our significant other, our kids, and all those relationships we have, sometimes that's just the best reflection of the answer to our prayers, is just, oh, you know what, I need to work on this. And maybe if I change my behavior, when I look in that person and I'm basically looking in a mirror, it's reflecting my own self, I'll be able to improve myself and to help be more helpful to that person and draw closer to that person. And the more close our heart chakra, our spirits, our love grows closer to the person or the people that we love, then we are becoming more one. And that means that we are growing exponentially spiritually, and we are retracting from the temptation to be attached to things we can't control, which is going backwards in the spiritual realm. So the goal is to really figure out what it is that we can and can't control, and to act accordingly, and to only really act on what we can control and to focus on that. So my time is up tonight. I had a really good time tonight. Thank you so much to Angela in Ontario, Canada, for calling in tonight. I had fun. And I will see you next week. I'm here every Thursday, 6:30 Pacific Standard Time, and that's 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. And you can always reach me at AnnaOlsonIntuitive.com. It's at the bottom of the screen, or you can search for my show, Insights into Consciousness with Anna Olson, on YouTube. You can also look at the podcast for Apple, for iTunes, Google Play. It's kind of all over the place. So just search for Insights into Consciousness, A1R, Anna Olson, and you'll be able to find me there. So I'm also on Facebook, A1R Radio, or Anna Olson Intuitive. So give me a call if you need a reading. I can help you just guide you through all those different things, relationships, job, career. And tonight was a pure example of how I can see all of those things and guide you through it. And I love to do it. And I'm here for you. So again, my name's Anna Olson, and I will see you next week on Thursday. Have a wonderful week.
This is me, Fiona, Virgin Media Maya Power, and you are guys listening to Avid Advice Show. As you guys see, I'm in the hospital. I'm not sick. I'm feeling absolutely good, but one of my family members is, and that's why I'm here for her. So, and we should do this show, so I said, like, I would not let my audience and followers and fans on Avid Advice will wait another week to not having me and not having the questions. As you guys know, I'm charging $35 per minute. So I know for many of you guys, $35 per minute is a lot of money. So that's why I would love to say I will be there for you guys no matter what, especially right now at the moment, even in the hospital, because I'm receiving a lot of emails. You guys DM me on my Instagram, beg me for my regular show on A1R Radio Network, Avid Show, and Persian Medium Show. So that's why I feel like it doesn't matter what's going on. It doesn't matter where I am today. I will just listen to my audience, listen to my followers, fans, and I'm here. So let's talk about health, and let's talk about how we can be grateful and thankful just as we can move our body, and just we can feel and sense that mentally and physically we are good and well. There is people that wake up every single morning and they just say, well, I'm not lucky. I don't like this and that. You know, I'm not counting myself as a person who actually been successful. And you're always trying to find a way to say something, to act somewhere, to just like make yourself to not valued as a person. So if it's you, and if you are the person that always trying to say something negative and nasty about yourself, to yourself, and do the self-sabotage, I would say stop it right away. Number one, you're not going to feel good until you really understand about our value and what we have as a talent and what God gave us as a gift. Basically, when you are healthy, when you do not need to even go anywhere, to having the shot, to having the surgery, to doing all those things that actually need around it right now, then basically you are a lucky person. So you don't need to do anything and done anything, because I really feel and sense that everything happened for some reason. So basically, what I'm trying to say, I'm sorry, now the doctors and other people coming in the room as well, but, you know, I'm in the radio show, so basically I'm going to be there for you guys. Sorry about that if I'm going to be interrupted by anyone, but you guys understand about my situation. So let's just go and back to you guys. I have Mikael from Sweden, Stockholm. Well, hello. How are you doing?
Hello, I'm doing very good. Thank you for having me here.
Of course, what more do?
So what's up here?
Yes, exactly. So sorry. Actually, as you see, maybe actually you see my face right now. I'm actually in the hospital for some of my family members that have surgery. So basically, that's why I'm doing my show live. So that's why I'm actually in the middle of something, and sometimes the doctor coming and stop me. So I'm sorry about that. I will do my best to give you all the advice I can with my heart. Okay, number one, give me your date of birth, and number two, where are you living in Sweden? Are you in Stockholm, Gothenburg? Where are you?
I am in close to Gothenburg, actually. So very close to Gothenburg,
cool.
or well, 1 hour from there.
Oh, wow.
I'm on the West Coast as well.
Is it cold there?
Well, it's still a little bit cold there, like 2 plus or something.
Oh.
Outside, so
I know.
Very
well, I live in Sweden, honey, almost in 20 years, like all my life. I raised in Sweden, so I know exactly what's going on. So don't worry about it.
Yeah, but well, springtime's coming soon, so we'll hopefully get some warmer weather. That's nice.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know, here, but it's very beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, fantastic. And did you been in California, or are you coming to California, to LA?
California, I have never been there actually in America, but it would be very nice to be there. I just talked to somebody who has a friend in California actually, but yeah, we'll see. Maybe one day.
I would definitely recommend you to come to LA, to California. And if you ever come to California and LA, my practice is actually in Corona del Mar. And I always actually having time for people who come from the country of mine, which is my country. Actually, I counted as a student in Stockholm because I raised there. So, and people who come from actually Stockholm, Sweden, Gothenburg, people who come from Australia, Canada, London, they kind of prioritize all the time to see me face to face. So basically, if I come here, so please DM me and send me email to BridgetMedium@gmail.com, and I would love to see and talk to you about things. So now, back to you. You definitely have something in your mind that you would love to see, some burning questions that you are looking for hard burning answers.
So perfect timing, actually. Like, seriously, like, I had this thing coming, like, I kind of actually just manifested a job, which is very... Because I talked about this job, this was the only job I wanted here in Sweden. So it's just a normal job as a delivery guy. I wanted to drive a car. And I got it today, and at the same time, in the Netherlands, I got the opportunity to work as a volunteering, like a raw food place, a restaurant, and just stay in Amsterdam for a while. And both of these options just came to me at the same time today. And I would like to know if I should stay or should I go.
It will be super fantastic, because the way that I feel and the way that I sense right now at the moment, you are in a change and challenge position. So basically, universe trying to bring opportunities to your door. So every single opportunity is coming from other side. Let's say from other countries. Let's say that from other places, or kind of like other companies, other friends, maybe new resources, new circumstances, or anything in regard to that. So please just try to say yes to it, because whatsoever it would be as a change and challenge for you, that would be fantastic. So from now on, you are not in a place that you should be concerned and worried about your future if you may actually make some not good decision. So your decision whatsoever is going to be today has to do with change, has to do with challenge, change the countries, doing something that would be fantastic. So no fears allowed, no fears, no doubt, and no kind of things, maybe I should wait, maybe I should not. You have to just listen to your own God's feelings right now, because you have psychic abilities, you have energies that I can see. I'm not telling to everybody this. It's not because I want to tell you because I'm going to make you to feel happy and say, oh, you have some talent. No, you do. You know what I'm talking about. You have that ability. Because, and you are strongly in the vortex center of time. So basically, whatever you are asking right now is just coming. That's why I wanted you to ask non-stop, 24 hours and 7 days, non-stop, ask and receive. And it doesn't matter exactly what you're asking, with whom you are asking, how you are asking, what type of money you want, what type of amount of money you are asking. All you need to do, be unrealistic about what you are asking.
Yeah, like to actually talk about something that is little, like higher standard, because when I do, it usually happens. When I believe, of course, but then,
You're really, really fantastic. I'm super proud of you because when I'm actually right now tapping to your energy psychically, I see you accomplish a lot. So if any change comes to you, anything that comes to you right now, tomorrow, week from now, month from now, 2 months from now, 3 months from now, and then actually hour from now, just say yes to it.
yeah, but I would like, I have like done that for a couple of years now. I was like thinking, okay, take a little break from like unknown.
Absolutely. And you deserve it. And you deserve the best, the best. Why you deserve this? Because, you know, you work so hard. You've been such a strong person. You help a lot of people. You have a heart named as a golden heart. You're not doing things just for yourself. You're doing all the time things for others because you want to bring love and prosperities and abundance to others. And you're always trying to be thankful and grateful to God.
Oh, I'm really good at that. So what's the can I have another question as well?
Sure, absolutely. Go ahead.
Yeah, like that thing with why, like with staying or going, like I'm really good with like manifesting like good things for other people, but I'm kind of like focusing too much on other people maybe because it's like I never go with them on that journey usually. But I'm just leading them there in a good direction, and then eventually I'm just here staying with myself anyway. But yeah.
Well,
like,
did you ever doubt about, let me ask you this way, did you ever doubt about your dreams, or kind of like, did you may actually manifest and connect it to your dreams, but then because the dreams didn't happen almost immediately, or maybe it's still not happening yet, so are you kind of like feeling that, oh, you know, I'm kind of doubting about that, maybe I should change my directions, maybe I'm not doing the right things? Is it something like that happened to you?
Well, at this very moment, yeah, like, I'm kind of well, let's say that I've been on a spiritual journey for a while, and I'm kind of getting back to my own place, and just getting back to just having a normal life, doing nothing really, and see where that goes, and relaxing a little bit from this adventure side, I guess.
So do this right now for me, and I wanted you to really take it seriously. I wanted you to write it down every single night. I wanted you to have 1 glass of water. You are not drinking it. You're just having it next to you, and you have one paper, like a A4 paper, one side of like a paper that you can write down whatsoever you have in your dreams and desires. You write it down almost in between 5 to 10 of almost impossible dreams that you ever had. And I wanted you to be unrealistic. And this is things that you have to do it in 21 days. 21 days. So if you just 21 days, if you just forget about one night, let's say that you've been tired, you forgot to do the same things as I told you, then you have to do it again. You have to do it again. So basically, 21 days before the bedtime, you are just write it down exactly what you want. Means all unrealistic dreams and desires that's still not happening, I wanted you to focus on it. And it's not anything like doubting. You should not doubt. You should not even feel it. And I wanted you to even feel that you have already $10 million in your account, and you are going to plan in 21 days. I wanted you to plan on this $10 million, or better say, whatever it is, $20 million, whatever is unrealistic in your mind, I wanted you to now plan for it. Okay, let's say that you have $2 million. You want to buy the house for $2 million, example. You want to invest your money on stock. You want to actually buy Ferrari. You want to actually have this and that. You want to travel to Hawaii. Whatever you have and you want to do with this $10 million, I wanted you to write it down. Means that you have it and you're starting to in 21 days. You are planning for these $10 million. Not not 10 million crowns, or the Swedish actually, money is $10 million. So if you have $10 million, what are you going to do? You have it right now in your account. What are you going to do tomorrow? What are you going to do next week? What will happen in between now until actually 21 days when it comes to that 20, or better say $10 million? So then when you are writing down every night, you just closing your eyes and just say, I'm thankful, I'm grateful, and thank you so much for everything that you gave it to me, and I need more. I want more. You have to be greedy. When it comes to money and finance, you have to always be greedy. There is no down to earth. There's no humble feelings about money. When it comes to money, you have to say, I love money. I'm actually going after money. Come after me all the time. And I'm greedy. I want more and more and more and more. So number two, when you wake up every morning, you drink that water that you already have. So the paper that you already wrote all your dreams, it has to be on top of that glass of water. On top. Put something on top of it because it's not going to fall somewhere then you wake up every single moment when you wake up. The only things that you do, you drink this glass of water in 21 days. Then I wanted you to actually call me or communicate with me. Maybe you can call and communicate with me through A1R. But I wanted you to go to avidadvice.com, sign up, and then send me an email through Avid Advice, chat with me through Avid Advice, and tell me what type of miracle you received after all those things that I told you. Every single of my clients, fans, followers, and students, they come back one after each other and told me that something very good, very significant as a big miracle happened to their life.
Hmm.
Do you think
something when you're saying the last things, at least?
Yeah. You're going to be one of them, I promise you. You're going to be one of them that's going to actually, notify me and says, well, Fiona, yes, my life completely changed, and exactly almost close that 21 days before the 21 days passed, I got exactly what I wanted. I'm now in the most amazing road in my life that I ever been. I promise you are going to do that. I can even feel a sense of psychically. You're so ready. You're really, really ready. You're so ready. I mean, I don't know what else I have to say, but you are
well,
so
it would have to be in California probably if I to get minimum $10 million.
Definitely. And remember that. Even if it's not the money come, the place coming that's going to take you to get that money. So that means that all the resources around you will change. Circumstances will change. Positive people with money come around you. You're going to really watch and see, really, and have your popcorn and trying to really lay back and relax and see. You will see after 21 days how everything in between you, universe, in between you, new circumstances, in between you and your new friends who are actually going to take you to the next level, in between you and new companies, people around will change.
Okay.
I promise.
I will definitely
this is going to happen non-stop. I
happen.
promise you. Yeah. This is something that I promise. If you started, you just going to say, I just want to continue to just like have this. Let me ask you questions. Do you have children? Do you have family already?
Not really anything that keeps me down like that. Or settled here. I like. So, yeah. So that's a good thing, I guess, still. My problem is, though, that I have had, like, this happening, like, my problem is that I'm kind of missing out, like, in the lost in this kind of thing. One time definitely 2 times I manifested some very easy money that was just in my hands, but I kind of lost the opportunity. Really? By not reading an email.
Go for unrealistic manifestation. If you really want to get something, that is exactly what I always say to my students. You want to be millionaire, go around billionaire. So you want to be really wealthy and actually get something, then don't manifest for $100,000 or $200,000. Manifest for at least $4, $5, $6 million. That's what you have to do.
Okay.
You have to just change the way that you are manifesting. You have to you have to really change the way that you are thinking, the way that you are feeling, and you never should ask when, how. It's not possible. I don't think so. Well, what are you talking about? Like how Mondays? Yeah. No doubt allows in manifestation. No doubt allows when you ask the universe that you want something And your focus has to be on something that you have already and you feel good about it, not something that you do not feel good about it. If you ever focus on something that you do not feel good about it, then you're not going to get what you want. Please stay away. Hijack your subconscious mind. Tell your subconscious mind, you're not allowed to be negative. You're not allowed to then think of any negativities, any negative people, and any crazy people around. That's all I wanted you to do from now on. And I'm so sure, psychically, I can tell you have a big jump almost around the month of April. So basically around the April 23rd to the April 29th, I see actually a very good news and very good jump for you, which actually going to change and challenge your life in a very strong way, very positive way. So just, stay calm and really feel and sense the energies, the releasing of money or the finance or whatever you're asking. You're asking for to be famous, to actually have an end, to anything that you want, any type. That doesn't matter. And get more happiness because you know that money can buy happiness. Happiness is happiness. It's come to you. But money can just buy comfort. But happiness is something that you have inside. And no one can take it away from you, with or without money. That's why if you bring more happiness to your life, I promise you, everything will manifest in the right directions. But the most important part, my love, you should not doubting about if it's coming or if it's not coming. Answer is yes, more than 100%, it will come.
Yeah. It's in the choices, like sometimes when the universe provides everything at once, every time the universe provides everything all at once, so that I have to choose, and it's so hard to choose when there is options. I'm
exactly.
afraid of making the wrong choice. I make the wrong.
So we have just 90 seconds. I wish if I could just talk longer, but for more information about the Persian Medium, go to PersianMedium.com, avidadvice.com, sign up, get your 5 free minutes, talk to me or any advisor that you want, and please call me back on Avid Advice and tell me exactly what's going on. Thank you so much for all love, help, DM, and emails and anything. I don't know. I'm actually really speechless. I'm thankful and grateful for every each of. And thank you so much, A1R, to be you. And without you guys, I wouldn't even help tons of people around the world. Thank you. God bless you guys. I love you so much and have a great one. And bye.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Your Time to Shine, a radio show designed to help you explore your own divine gifts. How are you, everyone? Here we are, midway through October already. It's unbelievable. I'm going to apologize in advance. I have been sick and I have a little bit of a cough, so I'm going to try to keep that under control, but I apologize for that. So last weekend, I had the amazing pleasure of having my first wedding anniversary with an amazing guy. And as we were relaxing and having a great time on Saturday, I took some time out to do some meditation and to find out what it is that needed to be changed in my life. As you know, and as I talked about coming up into October, that October is a big month of change. In numerology, it is a number 1 month. So it's like starting over again at the end of the year. And how you find out that is you break the 2-digit number down to a single digit. So you take the 1 plus the 0, and that's how you get October being a 1 month. And so being a 1 month, it's all about new beginnings. It's about purging. It's about looking at what isn't helping you any longer, what needs to change, what is good, what do you want to keep in your life. So as I was looking over this last weekend and contemplating, there were a lot of things coming forward to me about what needed to change, what needed to shift, some of the things that were still working good to hold on to. So knowing that, and knowing that October is that month, it's really big in pushing us to look outside of ourselves and look outside of the box to see what it is that is not fitting into our lives anymore. That could be just as simple as cleaning out your closet, making space for something new, getting rid of the old things that no longer serve you. Maybe they don't fit. Maybe you haven't used something in 5 or 10 years. It's all about purging and starting over. And it is a perfect time because the heavens and the universe is right there pushing us along, saying, what is it that you need to do differently? What is it that you need to change to be more you, to be more creative, to be more loving, and to be more satisfied and appreciative in your life and what you have. And so, of course, as I was going through my own, things were coming up for me as my mediumship business, what needed to shift, what needed to change, looking at some new classes coming up in the near future, which you can check my website later, and those will be updated shortly. But it's just this carryover from September being the big push of things that needed to end, everything coming into conclusion. And so now going into month 1, so September being a 9, being the month that ends, and then you start in October with being the month 1 and looking at all of these things. So I invite you, you still have a couple of weeks left to sit down and look and take stock of what has happened over, excuse me, the last year, and what has worked in your life, and what needs to shift and change, what needs to be purged out, what needs to be cleaned out, so that new can be brought into your life. Because as we purge, even in our closets, our pantries, it allows space and energy to bring in the new things that revitalize us and give us a new perspective on life. And so as things are shifting and changing all over, if we just stay stuck in whatever it is that we are doing, if we never clean out, we never purge, we never look at our life and take stock and see what was happening, what's working for us, there's no room for change. There's no room for growth. There's no room for new possibilities to come in to your life. And that's really how people get stuck in their everyday lives. So it's really important to stop every once in a while and really look at all of those things, because not only is it going to make you feel better. I mean, you always feel better when you clean out and purge out your closet or the pantry or whatever it is. You feel so empowered. You feel like you've really accomplished something. And it's because that energy, that space has opened up and has created energy and space for something new to come in. And you'll be amazed at, excuse me, what actually does come in to place. So look at that and work on that. Like I said, you still got a couple of weeks in October to take a look at this. Again, we're going to come into January being a number 1 month again. Another great time to take a look and see what's working for us, even coming from October to January, taking an overall look. What is working for us and what isn't working for us. So sit down, get into it, make your list, make those changes, clean out that closet, and make room for all the wonderful, just amazing stuff that is going to be coming into the next couple of months. Because as we go into November is just going to be building on everything that was happening that we're looking at in October. So November is our building month going into November and December. So really take stock in that and, be mindful about it, because whatever it is you're writing down, whatever it is you're thinking about and you're putting energy into, that's going out to the universe. And that is what the universe is going to provide you. So make sure that whatever it is, it's mindful, it is in your highest and best good, and it feels good. Because if it doesn't feel good, then it doesn't need to be on your list of things to do or change. So grab your paper, grab your pen, and sit down and really work those things out. Have a good time with it too. It can be fun. So right now, we are going to go to the phone lines. And right now, we have Velvet in Texas. Good evening, Velvet, and welcome to Your Time to Shine.
Good evening. Thank you.
How are you?
Anxious.
Well, there's no need to be anxious.
No, that's just been happening a lot.
Oh, okay. So what can I help you with this evening?
Well, I don't really know how to do all this. So I've been having a lot of really vivid dreams, which I've done that my entire life. I don't quite understand them. And I do have a 7-year-old little girl that was foster. Now she's with us permanent. And so we're trying to work through all that. And her real dad had just passed away. So we're going through some new changes in our whole household. It affects everybody. And I ended up getting injured in my job. I was a paramedic firefighter. But I'm good to go back to that. So now I'm having to look for a new career, and I don't know what to do. I just feel lost.
Wow, you really do have a lot going on in your life. So, wow. Okay. So let me sit with this for just a moment. Let me check in with your loved ones and guides and see what they have to say. Okay. So there's just going to be just a short couple seconds here of silence while I tune in. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So, Velvet, the first thing that your team and your guides are telling me is that you are an amazingly strong person. You are really the glue that holds your family together. They count on you. They depend on you. And right now you're in a position where you feel like you're really just kind of letting them down. And they want you to know, your guides want you to know, that is not the case whatsoever. You're also very, very hard on yourself. And you have to realize that there's a lot going on. There's a lot of changes. And that you are navigating through those the best way that you know how. As far as your job, they are showing me that, so as we come into our lives, we have contracts with jobs, with people, with places, and they're showing me that your contract with your job had ended. It was, you had fulfilled that contract. You had done what you came here to do, and that was ending. And so a lot of times when people get injured in a workplace, it's a lot of that time is that it is the universe showing you that contract has ended, that time has ended, and there's something more for you to go on and do. I'm feeling like that your injury was a back-related injury. Is that correct?
Right, yeah. Yes.
Okay. I'm just being shown like the lower portion of your back, and I feel like this heaviness in my back.
Yeah.
And they're just saying that another reason why you're feeling all this pain in the back is if you look at the body structure, and if you're familiar at all with the chakra system. Are you familiar with that at all? Okay.
Yes.
So the base chakra is all about family. It's all about support. It's all about your root. It's about your base, and that is your base. Your family structure has been rocked, and so that is another reason why you're feeling that pain in that lower back. They said that. Hang on, just a minute. So the fact that you were a paramedic firefighter, you are very, very good with people. You are caring. You are a helper, and it's all related and all focused around the people. That is where you get the most, I don't know if sense of accomplishment is really the right word for it, but that's what drives you in your job, right? So finding something in that same field where you are working with people, where you are helping them and looking to bring something to enrich their lives, right? It's all about that compassionate healer and helper, and that's really what you are. I'm looking to see if they can show me some type of direction.
That's what I don't know what to do, and it scares me.
Yeah, they're saying that absolutely. They know this worries you, but they say not to worry. You are fully supported by your team, by your family, your guides, your loved ones on the other side. They are here helping you and supporting you through this entire thing. Even if you feel like you've been kind of left stranded in the middle of nowhere, they're kind of showing me that.
That's about it.
You know, it's like someone opened up the car door, kicked you out, and said, "Hey, have fun." But they said no, they said not at all. Not at all. They are with you all the time. They're not really showing me exactly a direction, because there's a couple different directions that you can go with this. They're showing me that in the very near future, you're going to meet someone, and you're going to go into a conversation, and that conversation is going to spark what your journey is taking you next. they said right now, what you need to do is you need to be able to take care of you. You need to get healthy, and be able to get back on your feet. You've got a lot that you're trying to take care of right now. And they said that right now, you being the core is a really important thing. They're just showing me all kinds of like outstretched hands, like like the Allstate commercial. I think it's the Allstate commercial that has the helping hands, the two hands that are out holding, holding something, and they're showing me that is you. Not only are they holding you and supporting you in their hands, but that you are also supporting and helping others by, holding them in your hands.
It just gets a little overwhelming.
It does. It does.
Which I've never been through that before.
Right. They're
helping
telling me
people and being.
Yeah. They're telling me that if anybody you can do it, it's you. That you have the power to do this. I'm feeling like, too, because it was a work-related injury, are they supplementing your income in some way? Because I feel like I feel like there's a stream of income coming in that is allowing you to be able to focus on you and to be able to focus on your family.
Only my husband.
Okay.
It's all kind of laid on him. And that's what I hate.
Right. Of course, because that's not the kind of person that you are. You're right in there, elbow to elbow. Let me see if I can get any more clarification. Hang on. They're showing me a connection in the paramedic firefighting field, more in the firefighting field, that there is a connection. There's a person that is able to guide you and to help you. There's still a very strong connection with you and the firefighting world. I know I said your contract is ended with this particular job, which it is, but I still feel that there's some kind of connection, whether you are connecting with those around you and they are guiding you towards something different, something that you hadn't thought about, something that you hadn't even imagined was available to you. But there's a connection about talking with people. So they're showing me that you need to start reaching out to some of your connections, some of your people, some of your trusted friends, because there is a connection in there, and there's going to be a conversation sparked that is going to push you forward into your next career, really. And it's still all revolving around helping people like you were before, because that is your root, and that is where your passion lies. And they said that's really where you need to focus to focus your energies.
Okay.
There's not, it's very odd because they're not showing me a very clear path at the moment, but they're saying that there are some decisions that you need to make. They're saying that you need to sit down and think about some of the things that light you up. What was it about your job that lighted you up? What was it that gave you that passion? Write those things down. Write words down, terminologies, anything. And they said because that's also going to spark some creativity and some path for you to move forward.
Okay. The people are the ones that actually start me up.
Yeah, and this is what that. Yeah, absolutely, and this is what that connection is, right? This is where we get our power is the connection of others, and this is especially powerful for you because that's what you need. You need that connection to the outside world, and they're saying, just because you're not doing that now, it doesn't mean that you can't connect with them. Connect with them outside of work. Find out what's going on. Stay in the pulse of things to find out what your next step will be.
Which I've actually avoided.
Right. And they're saying, excuse me, they're saying that that's not helping your situation right now. But you have to be ready for that on the inside. And you may not quite be ready yet. But that's where you need to go, is you need to start moving past that and getting back out into that world.
It makes sense. I've just stayed away from it because it hurts.
Sure, of course it does. But they're saying in this case, the thing that is what you feel is bringing you pain is also going to be bringing you the relief because you're going to look at it from a different perspective.
Okay. That would be nice.
Right.
Because this perspective is horrid.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I said this perspective is horrid that I've got right now.
Yeah, I feel that. I can feel that. You have a lot resting on your shoulders, right? And when you're not able to do the things that you love to do, at least if you're doing things that you love to do that bring you the joy, those are the things that are going to keep you lighted up and be able to keep you moving forward. And when you feel that you've lost those things, that's when things, you feel like they crumble. But they're saying, stay strong. This isn't going to last. This is not going to last. It's going to be very short-lived.
$5 years hasn't been short-lived.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I understand that. So, Velvet, we are coming down into the last 30 seconds of our show here. So I want to thank you so much for calling in, and I hope our time tonight was helpful.
It was. Thank you very much. I couldn't even believe that you were able to trigger in on where my injury was.
I was guided, but thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Thank you very, very much.
You're very welcome. Have a wonderful evening.
You too. Thank you.
Well, that does it for me. Another Thursday night in the books. Reach me over at my Facebook page at Julie Yeager Walker Medium or Your Time to Shine. You can also reach me over at www.wingsofsoulswithjulie.com for more information and classes and exciting things to come. We'll see you all next week. Have a great week, everyone.
Hi, I'm Dean, and thanks for watching Moonstruck. And now back to A1R on the air. Psychic Talk Radio, now on Moonstruck TV, enlightening television.
Hi, I'm Carrie Lyons, New York City celebrity psychic. And you're here with me. I usually meditate before the show, but today I did a different kind of meditation, which I'm sure a lot of the women out there can relate to, and men, which is I went to Sephora. So I went to do that trance you go into when you're in Sephora, that kind of, you just kind of get sucked into this fantasy world. And, I walk in thinking I'm going to look like Rihanna. And then I put on red eyeshadow and green lipstick, and I walk out looking like Rihanna's crazy great aunt, but that's okay. I don't know about you, but for me, it always seems like I get stuck in any line I'm on, behind the woman who is either counting out the entire $500 sale in pennies, or has just asked the woman behind the counter if she could explain the fundamentals of quantum physics to her. So anyway, I had my huge bag of fantasy that I was going to buy, and I got there, and I'd left my wallet at home, and my iPhone wasn't working, so I couldn't pay with that. So there is a God. Thank you. I just saved $150 of of lipstick that, honestly, I could get in the dollar store and usually do. So, whew, thank you, God. Anyway, so that was my meditation today. I don't know if any of you meditate out there. It's challenging to just sit still and breathe and relax and try not to think about anything for 10 minutes. I have a friend, his name is David Nichtern. He's the greatest teacher of meditation, at least Tibetan Buddhist meditation in the States. And he also wrote the song Midnight at the Oasis. Remember that song? Midnight at the Oasis, put your camel to bed. I was like, David, how much about putting camels to bed do you really know? Don't tell me. Okay, anyway, so he said that the easiest way to meditate, so this is a quick lesson, because it worked for me, and I am so ADD. If ADD was people, I'd be China. So really good way to meditate, just kind of close your eyes halfway, look at something about 6 feet away, like maybe on the floor, or just stare at the floor. Breathe in, breathe out. And what I do is I just say something to myself over and over. Sometimes I'll do the Lord's Prayer, or I'll do like a nursery rhyme or something, but I'll just say something quiet as I breathe in and breathe out that I don't have to think about. And eventually, every time a thought comes up in my mind, I just say sort of hello thought, and then let it drift away. So try that. Try just, whether it's not fancy meditation, it's just breathing, which is a good thing to do anyway, and just accepting any thought and letting it drift away like a cloud. Speaking of clouds, we have Felenda in Pittsburgh. I love Pittsburgh. I also love the name Felenda. Hello, my love. Can you give me 1 minute? Because I'm just going to do the psychic weather forecast for the week. Do you mind? Is that good?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, thank you, Felenda. That name is so cool. You have to tell me what the backstory is on it. So, I'm just going to draw 3 tarot cards, which are going to sort of foretell the psychic weather for the week, which is just like regular weather, except less damaging to the crops. Okay. The first card I'm getting, oh, very nice, is the Ace of Wands. So it's a good week to begin something, not something huge, but maybe begin a new thing in just your regular day-to-day life. The wands in tarot are about just day-to-day life, just what you do. And when the ace is always the beginning of a cycle, it's always considered good luck to get an ace too. And it's the beginning of a cycle of maybe starting a new exercise routine. And if you do, could you do one for me too? I'll pay you. Or starting a new, like, just waking up early, something in your routine that's a little different and adds to your day-to-day life. This is a great time. We just had the beginning of fall. Stay with me, Belinda. Thank you for being so patient. We just started the beginning of fall, and it's a great time to sort of start something new. So, something simple. All right. Whee! I love doing that so much. The next thing is the Queen of Wands, which means there might be a woman in your life who is an inspiration. And she might be somebody that is a little, I don't know, glamorous, kind of warm, maybe a little dramatic, but nothing wrong with that. And so it's either a woman in your life that is like this, outgoing, warm, kind of inspiring, or it could be a part of yourself that it would be very good luck this week to pay attention to. So if this is a week when kind of accessing your confident kind of Leo self, even if you're not a Leo, we all have a secret Leo self. So accessing that, or paying attention to a woman who inspires you and maybe listening to her this week is really good luck. And the last one, it's so fun. Okay, this is a week when somebody might want to sweet talk you into doing something that they'll enjoy, but might be at your expense. Or somebody might offer you something that maybe is not that good for you, even if it makes you feel really good for 10 minutes. So it's the devil card. It also could be a good week to look at, are you giving somebody in your life a little more power than they deserve? Are you blaming them for something? Or are you giving them credit for the stuff that you're actually doing really well yourself? So it's not like the devil, he's coming for you. And I can say that because my godfather was William Peter Blatty, who wrote The Exorcist. He taught me a lot about this stuff. But it's a week of like looking at where in your life you might be in bondage to something. Not literally, not in a tie-me-up way. Although that's fine if you're into that. But really, who needs it? It's kind of painful and annoying. Anyway, so it's a good week to look at what you might, if you smoke, it might be a good week to cut back. Or if there's somebody in your life you're giving too much power to or is not being nice to you, get rid of them. Well, not that way, but just don't have so much to do with them. And it's a week where you're given a lot of strength to overcome whatever this is in your life. Whee! Hi, Belinda. Thanks for waiting. How are you? It's great to hear you. Hi.
I'm here. I'm glad I'm on.
I'm glad you're on too. It's so nice to meet you. You have a lovely energy. So tell me what day your birthday. You're welcome. Tell me what day your birthday is.
1977.
Ooh, 1977. That's a good. That's 1965. Oh, so you're. Oh God, I love Tauruses. That week of Taurus too. Can I just tell you, like May 10th to May 20th, I have a mom, a fiance, some best friends. It's such a good week because that's the part of it is so good because you guys are reliable without being boring, which we love. And I mean, I won't lie, you can be a little stubborn, but you're also like the best friends anybody could ask for. So, all right, darling, it feels like, well, you have a lot on your mind. I think one of the first things you want to do is ask about somebody else because that's the kind of person you are. But I'm going to ask you to ask about you. So what would you like me to tell you about? Would you like me to tell you about work, love, candy corn? What?
Work and possibly love.
Okay. Well, work. Hold on one second. Do you have 2 jobs, or are you doing like 2 jobs for the price of one?
Somewhat. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Yep.
I'm single. Yeah. Oh, honey, it feels to me like you're doing everybody else's job, and they're only paying you for you. There's also somebody in the office that you're kind of almost covering for, which is very sweet of you. But you are so kind. Come to New York. I'll buy you coffee. All right. Well, they have what? Go ahead. What? They haven't given you the the money or kind of the promotion you deserve, which is interesting. And I think partially it's because you're a woman. I think there's another thing that plays into this. I think you're facing a little sexism, maybe even a little racism of some kind in that office. I'm sorry to say that, but I call them as I see them. So
that's true.
Yeah, and that sucks. And I am sorry to say that. Here's what I'd like you to do. I'd like you to keep a log of the stuff you do, because, and by a log, I mean keep track of the projects you work on, how you spend your time, because you're pretty much the only person in that office who isn't spending half their time on Facebook or texting their ex-wife's fiance's cousin, or, you actually work. And I don't think your employers are totally aware of this, because I think the real bosses are not in that office. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah. So you're getting a bunch of sort of semi-bosses who are interested, and bless them, but they're not interested in other people. They're interested in themselves. So sorry to be, so what they want from you is they want to know that you're actually making them look good, which they know, but they don't want to really tell you they know that. This is so serious, I'm actually going to take my hair down. That's how serious it is. Okay. I think that it's possible. You do something that's both there. Now we're serious. You do something that's both visual and like administrative. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. What do you do?
I'm a nurse. But I also do facilitate group for women on the side.
Yes, that's awesome. I think you're great. Wow. And you have a real gift for empowering people. By visual, what I meant was I got you looking at a lot of different screens all the time, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, you're a very gifted nurse. It feels to me like you've got a special gift with geriatric and pediatric patients. I think you're very good with vulnerable people. You're very good with the very old and the very young. Is that true?
Yes, I'm more on the hospice side.
Yeah, that's what I get. And that's, well, I'm so grateful to you as somebody who has dealt with hospice in my life, and there's nothing that contributes to the healing and health and happiness and well-being of both the patients and the family, like a great hospice nurse. So I just really want to...
I was thinking of moving. Do you see that as a possibility or a good thing?
Yeah, I do. I think moving a little more out towards the suburbs, if that's something you could do, even if it's for right now, just a townhouse in the suburbs. I think it would be better for your kids. I think you're somebody who loves nature. If it's in commuting distance of your job, that's great. I feel like you'll be switching jobs in a good way. They're either going to, in February, well, February just came out, so I guess that's what I meant. In February, you're going to get noticed, but I want you to be a little more proactive about making them notice you, and also keeping track maybe of the work, the empowerment and advocacy work you're doing with women in that group. I think you're a terrific person. I really do. So that's coming up. And I think that actually the raise you're going to be getting, you're also going to be getting an unexpected bonus or award right before Christmas or Hanukkah or solstice, whatever you celebrate. So that's nice. And that's going to look good on your resume.
Nice.
You know, you've been just taking care of everybody else for so long. You have 2 kids or 3? Sorry, I'm a little.
4.
Oh,
actually, I have 4, but I have 3 at home. I have 3 at home, 1 in college.
Okay. Sorry, the one in college was like too far for me to say.
Yeah,
you're doing a great. She's lovely. It feels to me like you have 3 girls and a boy, but I'm not sure about that because I'm sort of blonde today, feeling a little blonde.
It's so funny you said that. I have 2 of each, but the third child, his hair is long, so people always assume she's a girl.
Okay, that's why I was that's why I was hedging my bets there. He's
he has
beautiful.
long hair, and people always call him a girl, and it's so funny.
He's got a very pretty face. You have gorgeous kids, man. Also, they're gifted, but the main thing is you've given them, despite everything, a kind of stability and security that's going to serve them for the rest of their life. So Linda, my hat is off to you. I would move like 20 to 30 miles, maybe north of Pittsburgh. That's where I'm
what I
seeing
was
you.
thinking about.
Yes. I'm psychic.
As far as gifted, I mean, can you tell if I am somewhat gifted? Like, I'm having different stuff happening, and I don't understand why.
Well, I don't know if you're very religious, you're just very spiritual, but you're very tapped into Holy Spirit, Spirit. You're very tapped into that. And the more you just go with that and trust your inner guidance, just check in with yourself or check in with your higher power, ask your angels, but just check in because you have really good intuition. And if you get in touch with me, my name on Facebook, my name is Perry, like Periwinkle, Peri.
Okay.
My last name is Lyons, Lyons. Get in touch with me, and I'll send you like a little free book that I wrote about just how to get in touch with that in a very easy way. Okay?
Thank you.
My pleasure. But hang in there. It's because the next 2 weeks are going to be a little rocky, and then suddenly things are going to open up. And let me know how you're doing, because I just think you're so neat. And thank you for being so great. Okay?
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye, sweetie. Okay, now we have a young lady in Truth and Consequences, New Mexico, which is, first of all, the coolest name for a place ever. I love New Mexico. And my producer flashed your name so fast that I didn't get it. So tell me your name. Welcome to the show. Oh, hi, Cindy. Okay. Either he just told me or I'm saying,
Hi.
Hey, Cindy. How are you?
I'm doing okay.
Oh, good. It's nice to have you here. I'm very glad you're here. And you too, everybody today has a really nice energy. The young lady before you had a very healing energy, and you have a very, very generous energy. I bet you're a really good friend. So, tell me what your birthday is, and tell me what your question is, my love.
My birthday is November 30th, 1976.
Ooh, 76, so that 64. So you were born in the year of the dragon, and you're a Sagittarius. You're fiery. So, hold on 1 second. Let me just get you here. You know, it's funny because you appear very calm and very like serene, and people think you have it all together, which you do, but you're very stressed out right now, and you're kind of It's not like you're at the end of your rope, but you're a little stretched thin. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. First of all, what I'd like to do is just ask you to physically take good care of yourself. Get enough sleep, because you have a lot of anxiety because you are so invested. Why don't only good people get this kind of stressed out? Bad people are like, everything I do is fine. I'm great. No stress. Really good people tend to get very anxious because they want to do the right thing. They want to do things right. So first thing I'd like to ask you to do, hold on one second, is to drink a lot of water, get a lot of sleep, take a half-hour walk sometime during the day because you're run down. Maybe take some vitamins, like B vitamins. And are you having any pleasure in your life, my love? Or are you just working and stressed and taking care of everybody?
Pretty much that.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Well, let's come back to that because there's a book I'd like to send you. So if you go to, and it's on me. So it's just about taking care of yourself and finding pleasure and stuff because you're actually somebody who's really fun. You're really fun. But that's gotten a little squished in the last 2 years because you've taken on so much. And I really respect you for that. There's a specific question you have right now. What is it, Melody?
My life.
Well, you've been doing a job that has paid the bills and taken care of everybody, but doesn't necessarily feed your soul, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just pull a couple. There's a lot of stuff going on with you right now, and we have like 5 minutes. So let me just quickly. Yeah, the first card I'm getting says the first thing you need to do is if you can pull back a little for a bit. You're very stressed, and I'd like you to. I don't see anything physically like scary, but I would like you to go to a doctor if you could, and just get a physical. Get some vitamins, and get somebody who will take care of you. This is a card that also says, if you can say, if you can say no to a couple of things. This card is about like a night praying and resting between battles. And you've just been battling so much. And it's time for you to rest and take a little time for yourself. Do you work for an institution of some kind, like church, school, something like that?
No.
Okay. No, you're right, you don't. When this card comes up, it says to me that something to do with an institution, marriage, the church, school, is currently important in your life. And this could mean to me, it's interesting, you're a little hard to read because you're very proud and you're very private. And you don't like to burden your friends with your problems. You'll listen to anybody else's problems till the cows come home. And even when the cows come home, you're like, shove aside, bossy. I still got to listen to their problems. So there's been a lot of disturbance around work. And I don't know if you're job hunting or if you're in a job that you're not getting paid enough for. It also feels to me like there's a problem with one of your kids. Is that correct?
What?
I'm sorry, love, what?
I didn't catch that last part.
Oh, sorry. It feels to me also like you're very worried about one of your kids. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm not going to go, because you're very private, I'm not going to go into that. I would find a support group for people who are going through the circumstance you're going through. Remember, we're responsible to our kids, for our kids, up to a certain point. But after a certain age, they're responsible for themselves. And sometimes if we take a step back, it'll invite a little healing. And I think you're very stressed out about that. you know, you have a very strong artistic, creative, sensitive side. Did you used to do crafts or enjoy painting or something creative that's an outlet? Do you do other people's hair or make?
I used to write a lot of poetry and crochet blankets, actually.
And what? What was poetry and what?
I used to crochet blankets.
Oh, that's so cool. That's so funny because I just went today to Michael's to get a crochet hook and yarn. So I'm glad that's whatever happens right before the show is about somebody who's going to call in. I would love you to start writing poetry again, and just if you can just put aside some time for yourself right now. Your job situation will improve around actually November 19th. That's going to get better. Whether it's a situation that it's just going to get better, okay? The kid thing over the holidays, the other children and the relatives, as long as with this child they're gentle, because this is a sensitive kid, we have 90 seconds, that's going to work. Things are about to get a lot better. Please do me a favor, start crocheting again. Lilac is a great color for you, very healing. Baby blue, pink, yellow. Start crocheting again and take a little time for yourself. Light a candle, say a prayer, have a glass of wine, take a deep breath. Everything's going to be okay. And we need you. So take care of yourself because, again, after the turn of the year, things are going to be almost miraculously better. So please get in touch with me on Perry Lyons at Facebook, P-E-R-I, like Perry with P. Lyons on Facebook. Send me your address. I'm going to send you like a free just little book that'll, I think, help. It's on me. Don't worry. Even the postage. And take care of yourself. You've been taking care of everybody else. And bless you, my dear. And things are going to get a lot better. Be creative. It's good for you. You. Okay? Just go to Michael's and look at yarn. I know it's hard to find time, but take the half. Yeah, we've only got 30 seconds. So contact me privately or call. Yeah. Contact me privately. I'll answer a question for you. Just right after the show. Just Facebook, Perry Lyons, P-E-R-I-L-Y-O-N-S. You're not alone. I'm not going to leave you dangling. Okay? Contact me. I'll give you some free time. All right, Milo?
Okay.
There's some other stuff. Yeah, and do it. Okay? Guys, come back next week. I love my cats and kittens. Thank you, Moonstruck TV, the greatest psychic network, and well, it's better. It's not psychic network. It's much better. It's a healing force on the planet. We love having you be here with us. Thank you to my producers, Dave Solomon and Constance. We love you. And come back next week. We've got some real cool surprises. Woo woo. Okay.
Hello, my name is Chloe Folan, Clairvoyant, and you are listening to Ray Path Productions here on A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV. As always, I would like to extend a very warm welcome to everybody who's taken time out of their evening to listen to the broadcast live or to watch the live broadcast. And I would also like to extend that warm welcome to everybody who intends on catching the live broadcast after it's aired. A very warm welcome to you as well. And it's always appreciated that There are people out there, because I get emails and calls and texts all the time. There are people that do deliberately like to sit down and make time to watch the show, whether it's during a live broadcast or after the live broadcast. The feedback is always very appreciated and always lovely to know that people are getting what they need out of the show, that it's providing good information, that it's providing good support. Always very good to hear back. On that note as well, I just wanted to bring up, because I did put a notice on my website and my social media pages. I think it was the end of last month I put up the notice that at the end of the month I will be on maternity leave. So even though I have put notice up about it, I am aware that some people might not be aware, because it's not something I'm shouting about, like that people are seeing me in person. And of course, people know. And then I did put up notice on my website. And like that, it hasn't been very obvious here on the show, because my producer, Dave, has been keeping the camera north of the border, as they say. So no one's been seeing the tummy. The tummy's slowly expanding. So I am in my 3rd trimester of pregnancy. And the reason I'm bringing this up is, especially when I put notice on my website, I had an influx, which I'm incredibly grateful for, of people contact me going, can you please fit me in for reading? Can you please fit me in for healing? And what I have been doing is I've been keeping a cancellation list. And if I am getting people rescheduling or cancelling before I go on maternity leave, I have been going through my cancellation list and making sure I'm able to offer those places to other people. But just in the last 2 weeks, especially with the notice I've put up, I've received a huge influx of queries over bookings for readings and bookings for healings. And due to the high volume, it is taking me about 3 to 4 days sometimes to reply to emails, calls, texts, and people contacting me on Messenger. So I just wanted to utilize my show to extend apologies that if you are someone who's waiting to hear back from me, I'm not ignoring your emails, calls, or texts, but with the high volume of queries that I've been getting, I'm finding it impossible to sometimes reply to the emails, calls, and texts on the same day. So if you are waiting to hear back from me, I will contact you back. I always like to be able to sit down and reply to people's contact with me properly and professionally. But unfortunately, if you have contacted me in the last week or two seeking an appointment, unfortunately, I will be replying that I don't have any appointments available before I go on leave, but I will be offering time slots for when I am back. So we will be returning to work after maternity leave. So like that, if you do want to make a pre-booking with me when I'm back from maternity leave, please feel free to do so. Because at the moment, my first 2 weeks when I am back are starting to book up as well. Please do keep in mind that I do have an international client base, and I do tend to book up 2 to 3 months in advance anyway, regardless over panic with people realizing that I'm going to be off for a couple of months for maternity leave, and the influx of queries, which I'll say again, I'm eternally grateful for. But if you have contacted me in the last week or two, please do have patience with me. I always reply personally to the queries that I get, but please have some patience with me with replying currently. It is taking me about 2-3 days to get back to people. If you have been querying over an appointment, my apologies, but I do not have any gaps before I go on maternity leave. But I will offer you times and dates when I'm back off maternity leave. And I do my best to not leave people stuck. So if your query has been about a reading or about a healing, if I can't do anything for you appointment-wise, I always do like to still give advice and be able to point you in the right direction. I don't like to leave people hanging. I don't like to leave people without support. So I can either recommend on a colleague or I can recommend on someone else to see while you wait for me to come back off maternity leave. So like that, I always do my best by people, but please do have patience with me and please do understand that when you are contacting me, it is me you're contacting directly. I don't have a receptionist. I don't have an assistant, and nor do I want one. I like the fact that when you contact me, it's me you're talking to, no matter whether it's messenger, email, call, text, or anything else in between. When you are contacting me, it's me that's seeing your emails and your requests, and it's me replying to you directly. And I always keep people's queries and information completely confidential, and that is the way I will always operate. So please do understand when you're contacting me, it's me you're getting directly. So thank you for your patience with allowing me to explain myself and just to more publicly be, putting it out there that, I will be on maternity leave at the end of the month. And apologies again if you're waiting on me to get back to you. I will reply and I will do my best to make sure that you've got the support that you need, even if I can't see you directly. On that note, I do have a lady, Kerry, apologies. I've got a lady, Kerry in Florida. Kerry, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Kerry, how can I help you? Did you have a query you wanted to run by me for a reading? How can I help you?
Just whatever is for my highest and best. I don't have a certain subject or anything.
No problem, Kerry. Let me just shuffle the tarot deck for you as well as tuning into you clairvoyantly. I do utilize the tarot as well. So give me 2 moments just to do a general spread for you, just to see what advice I can offer.
Thank you.
Now, Kerry, I'll just go straight into the reading. Definitely in the recent past, there has been difficulties that you have overcome. And right now, you are asking me about what is in alignment with your highest good because of the difficulties that you've been through. So definitely the advice card here and the present advice card here I have is the Star card, which is definitely urging you to take this time out to really focus on your gifts and your talents. And definitely what you invest in yourself is what you will get out. But one area that I do want you to be careful of, and this is hidden influences, is some of the difficulties do seem to be related to health in the past. So why I have cards here showing me that there isn't any ill health on the way, because of what you've been through in the past health-wise, you do have to be mindful of the fact that you can't burn the candle on both ends. So the advice really is to look into your gifts and your talents and go, do you know what? I'm now feeling more on track. I am feeling better. I am feeling more stable and more aligned. Now that I've got this foundation of things being better for me, and now that I have this space, what do I want for me? What talent and gift do I want to invest in for me? And make time to pursue that. You've got full permission from the powers that be, and it's in alignment with your highest good right now to do something for you that you want to do for you. But please be mindful not to bite off more than you can chew. So like that, don't try to do 3 different things at once. Don't try to, force yourself into doing lots all at once, but definitely do start making some headway, investigating your gifts and your talents. And on that note, did you have a more direct question out of this for me?
No.
Like that in terms of gifts or talent, no problem. So in terms of gifts and talents, definitely the likely outcome card here is the Queen of Wands, which does denote someone who would be interested in pursuing and understanding more about spirituality and spiritual matters. So like that, please do pursue anything healthy and professional that speaks to you in that manner. But I'll say it one more time, please don't do too much at once. So if you do decide to do a course, just have it be one course at a time. If you do decide to start something, have it be just one thing, because there is a bit of lingering issue over not pushing yourself too much at the moment. Is that okay?
Yes, that's good. Yes.
Perfect, Kerry. It was a pleasure connecting with you. If you did want to connect with me through social media, the easiest way to do that is through my website. So please do feel free to follow me on any of my social media pages through my website, www.chloefolan.com. It was a pleasure connecting with you. Have a good evening.
Thank you so much. You too. Thank you.
Bye-bye. And we have Abigail in Texas in USA. Abigail, can you hear me?
Yes.
Abigail, how can I help you?
Yes, I'm concerned about my career.
About your career, okay. Is this a query in terms of, do you want me to have a look to see if it would be appropriate for a career change, or if you stay in your current work? Do you have a more direct question around career that I can help you with?
Should I do a career change? Because I've been teaching for 18 years and I'm tired and I'm ready to do a career change.
No problem, Abigail. Give me a few moments to tune into you and your query, and I will use the tarot cards as well. 2 moments, please.
Okay.
Now, Abigail, this is very interesting. I'm drawing a few cards for you. I'm nearly doing what's called an annual spread, because definitely I want to draw more cards just to get an idea month to month what's happening here for you. Definitely, number one, I do advise a career change. I really do. But like that, I can see from the card spread and from tuning into you that this needs to be done in a methodical manner. So like that, I would also advise taking a bit of time off if you can. So my advice would be, yes, you do need a break from your current career, but like that, do it at a time where it's not going to put you under financial pressure. So I do believe you might have to wait for in October, November. You might have to wait until December to start to do that. But definitely, if you can do that without putting yourself under financial pressure, do look at taking a bit of a break from teaching in the month of December. But do also see if you can take a little bit of time off, if possible. I know sometimes that's not doable for financial reasons, but if you can at all, take about a month off, or even 2, before jumping into another job. I would advise that. So work right up until December, if you can, save, and then take about a month or 2 off. And then in the following year, so that would bring us up to March. Definitely then in March of next year, then do have a look into a different career. So like that, do you have some qualifications in law or anything to do? I know you just said you're a teacher, but with the teaching skills and qualifications that you have you ever looked in to see if any of your qualifications do give you a foundation? Any qualifications in law?
In law?
Yes, in the legal profession.
No. What I wanted to do is I have a master's in communication.
And
they have this position available at another college, and it's to be a director over Title V grant. And that's the position I want.
And
it pays more money, and I need that job.
And is that starting in March of next year?
It'll start in March next year.
Is that when the job's starting? Because that's when I'm seeing you in a new role, is in March of next year.
No, it starts like as soon as possible.
Like that, I'm going to do another spread just to see if that's the job you get, because I'll say it again, I'm not seeing a big job change until March. So I just want to do another spread because from what I can see, it's March you land in a new role. Now, maybe they'll trial you first, or maybe when you get that job, it then leads to something else in March. But definitely, I'm not seeing a big significant job change until March of next year. So let me just do another quick spread to see if this particular job is the job you get. I'm not too sure if it is, but that doesn't mean that that other job in March won't be just as good. And it does seem to be a job that does more involve legal work. So it's not that it still wouldn't be kind of what you've just described to me, but it does seem to be a little more aligned with law and working with law and working with the legal system in some respect. And it's a good job. It's an extremely good job that I'm seeing in March for you in March 2020, extremely good. So like that, it's a very, very good job, very good pay. It's very solid. And from March onwards, it just goes from there, as in once you get that job in March 2020, things are a lot smoother. You're a lot happier. You're far less stressed, even though obviously a bigger job comes with more responsibility. But it's a job you're happy in. It's a job that's more rewarding. So definitely there's work in March that you are going to be extremely happy with, that you will get. I just want to do a very quick spread to see if you do end up getting this job you're talking about now. 2 moments, please. I think it would lead to something else, Abigail. I keep being shown that. I was shown it in the last spread, and I'm being shown it again in this spread. And even tuning in clairvoyantly, I keep being shown redirection. So like that, my advice is, my goodness, still go for this job and put your best foot forward, and go for the interview and put your best foot forward. But it's not straightforward that it's this job that you get. There is redirection being involved here. And once again, I'm seeing the redirection that comes in, leading into you getting a better job in March 2020. So there is redirection here. Still go for the job, still go for the interview, but it's redirection. It's redirection. This will not be the job you have in March. And I believe that through you pursuing this particular job, it's a different one that you do get. So like that, even though that might sound a bit disappointing, in the long run, it's not, if you get what I'm saying. Sometimes something can happen and we can initially go, oh, for goodness sake, that's such a disappointment. That's very odd. Why did that happen? But then when things have a chance to play out, we turn around and go, do you know what? That was brilliant. Do you know what I mean? That it's one of these situations where it just needs a couple of weeks, a couple of months to fully play out to show you that there is something better coming for you. So like that, do not be disappointed if you don't get this exact job. There is redirection going on here, and something else will come out of this that will lead into being in a better job in March 2020. So I'll say it again, there is redirection here. And it's positive redirection, even though it might not initially feel like that. Did you have
I don't
any
have
other,
any experience in law. I don't have a degree in law.
like that? You won't need a degree or anything like that in law. This job that I'm seeing in March, and even with the redirection going on, means working with law. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be qualified in law, but it will put you in closer rapport with people that are working in law and the legal profession. And don't forget as well that quite often when someone hires you, if they do need you to upskill, they will pay for you to do any type of upskilling that's needed. So that's possibly why I'm also seeing this as a positive, because, you know, that's really nice to have a workplace that not only is giving you a great opportunity, but will also, you know, fund anything extra they want you to do as part of the job. So please don't worry about that. Please don't feel like you've got to go out and get a qualification. Don't do anything right now other than go for the interview and see what plays out. You don't have to do anything other than wait to receive what's coming. And I guarantee you, once you're in that job, anything that's needed, the company will provide. You don't have to worry about it. And sometimes companies do that. They will hire people that have the basic experience they're looking for. They'll wait to make sure you're a good fit. They'll give you a 3-month trial. If you're a good fit, then they will pay for your training. Sometimes places will do that. They don't want somebody who has already been there and done that. They want someone trained their way, if you get what I'm saying. Sometimes people think that you've got to have sometimes more qualifications, and sometimes that can go against you because if a firm thinks, or if a company thinks, or an organization thinks that you're completely set in your ways already, then it might not be the best fit for them. There are companies out there that will deliberately find someone that's smart enough for the role, that can do the basics of the role, but isn't set in their ways to the point they can't then train them the way they want. Am I making sense?
Yes.
So like that, redirection is key here. What you're going to be experiencing over the next couple of weeks is redirection. Please do not go out and feel like you've got to pay for a legal course. You do not. See where this takes you. Go for the interview. Don't be disappointed when redirection comes in. March 2020, you'll be in a really good job, and any other extra qualifications you need will be provided through the company.
Okay. All righty, because I was really depending on this job here, because I would love it. You know, it's dealing with Hispanic, and it's all about retaining them, helping them enroll in classes, do training, and it pays well, $70,000. And I'm making 47.
Still go for the interview, still enjoy the experience, but I guarantee you it will be redirection that will be coming in. So if you don't get that exact job, please don't be worried. It will lead to something else. So don't panic if you don't get it. It will lead to something else. And it could be that you do a little bit of that work and then get brought into different employment. So all I'm saying is this job that we're talking about is not the job I'm seeing you get next month even. And it's not the job I'm seeing you in March 2020. But still go, because of the chain reaction that will happen, that will lead you into the job I'm seeing for you in March 2020, that will tick all the boxes and be better than what you were expecting.
Okay. Wow.
So like that, still go, enjoy, but don't panic when redirection comes in. Enjoy the interview, go, make the most of it, and just see where it goes, and let the redirection take you where it needs to be.
So if I get the job, should I take it?
If it's offered to you, yes, but I'll say it again, I am not seeing you in that job in March 2020. It leads on to something else. So it's not, if you do get offered it, take it, but it's not the job I'm seeing you in March 2020.
Okay.
Redirection. Your career is going to get redirected over the next couple of months. Just go with the redirection.
Okay. All righty. Thank you so much.
Perfect, Abigail. Enjoy an interesting couple of weeks and months. It was a pleasure connecting with you.
Ms. Ireland.
You're very welcome.
Okay?
Same to
Bye-bye.
you. Take care. Bye-bye. Like that, I just want to extend a big thank you to everybody who has called in for live mini guidance readings, and just to let people know as well that because I am heavily booked out until I go on leave at the end of the month, if you do want to receive a mini guidance reading with me, the best way to do that would be through the show. So if you would like to call in to Raypath Productions, please do mark it on the calendar to tune into A1R Psychic Radio or Moonstruck TV. It's on A1R Psychic Radio that they give the details for how to call into the show for a live mini guidance reading. So it will be this week and then 2 more weeks. So in the next 2 shows, if you want to contact me, please do make sure that you do tune in. It will be Tuesday evening, 10:30 p.m. Irish time zone, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And in between, if you do want to follow me on social media, please do so through my website, www.chloefolan.com. Even though I can't provide appointments right now before I go on maternity leave, please feel free to drop me an email if you've got any queries, and I'll do my best to help, and I'll do my best to provide as much support as I can. And I will be back after my maternity leave, and Raypath Productions will be resuming as well after my maternity leave. So please do tune into the next 2 shows. The next 2 Tuesday evenings, it will be the last opportunity to contact me for little mini guidance readings and to connect with me in this way before maternity leave.
Guest in my studio today, and this is a surprise for all of you guys. Here we go. Please introduce yourself to all followers and audience. I know that they are very nosy to know exactly who you are, what you are doing. Rose, please go for it.
Hi, my name is Rose de Los Angeles, and I am a psychic healer. And I work with the angels, I work with the ascended masters, I work with all tiers of angels. I also am a magical divination practitioner, and I'm a clear channel. So when I'm reading you, I'm channeling what's coming through. And your angels, your spirit guides will tell me what the situation is, how to remedy it. And whatever your needs, whether in all areas of life, are specialties of mine. I have several specialties that I do. I also do past life readings, past life cord cuttings from those cords that come into this lifetime. I also do ancestral work for everything that's been handed down you from generation to generation to generation, even from where your ancestry first began. It's like I know how to clear all that out. Karmic work, that's another specialty. I'm also a medicine woman. And so I know my herbs, my oils very well, my stones. And as a holistic practitioner, I'm also guided to tell you what herbs, what stones, what oils you need to use, vitamins. And I also heal the chakras, clear the chakras, balance the chakras, because those are very important to body, mind, and spirit, your auric fields, your energy fields. There's a whole list, of services that I can provide for you. And also, I do offer bundles that will, because sometimes people do have people have not just ancestral issues, there's also past life issues involved. And then also in your chakras, those energies do get stuck in the chakras, and in your auric fields, your energy fields. So it's like I offer bundles to clear all of that up as well. So that's me in a nutshell. Oh, and one more thing, because I am a magical practitioner, I do know how to hold space for a person to help their, whatever it is that they're working on that they can't get to come to fruition. If there's any blocks involved or anything, it's like I know how to hold that space and also help them to bring those their heart's desires to fruition. And I also know how to do curse unraveling. And all of my work is through the angels. It's all through spirit. And I've always had guaranteed results. So as a magical practitioner, I'll do my thing to help that those miracles and blessings, whatever that person, their desires to come true.
Rose, I have to tell to my audience the way that I found Rose. It was I had a communication with some cancer patient, which was my patient, or better say my client, for almost 3 years. I'm trying to kind of like find a real healer, or a healer that could just really make everything right for that person. So I tried to talk to many of those people that I knew, tried to communicate with my master in Europe, and trying to kind of like get some guidance from my spirit to see exactly if I can find the right person, because I did everything what I could do to try to heal this person, and it was very good. It was almost 50 to 55% done, but I needed to have someone to help me to get another 50% done. So, and thank God, a miracle happened. The night that I connect to Rose, I just been kind of completely desperate. I didn't know exactly what to do and how to do. I just talked to her and just said, well, I need you, Rose, and I need you to come to California. I wanted to invite you to California because the person in question is here, and I wanted you to do something for that person. And thank God, and again, thank God. After almost 20 days of hard worker and everything that she did to that patient, and thank God, after the result that came back from the doctor, everything being very nice and clear, as now this person or the cancer is kind of almost 75% gone from his body. So all I can say, thank you. And thank God for every single gift and healing power that you have, that God gave it to me and you, and make us to be powerful to trying to help people. We are here for you guys. And I promise, if any of you guys have any problem with any sort of disease, anything that you guys need healing, it shouldn't be necessary with your body. It has to be with your mental too. It could be a lot of emotional scars that be holding inside. Mm-hmm. Anything that you can talk to anybody, you feel that it's just like bugging you, triggering you for so long, please email me, persianmedium@gmail.com, and go to persianmedium.com, and you guys can connect directly through me with Rose. So now back to studio, and I have a caller. Let me see. Hello, honey. How are you doing? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. I can hear you.
Hi, my dear. How are you doing? How's it going, Morgan? What's going on? What's happening, hon? Give me your date of birth, sweetheart, first before I start your reading, and I would love to introduce Rose as well. So she's also talking to angels. Any kind of communication with angels that you would love to have tonight, anything that we want you to do with the Pentagon, we're both here to assist you. Here we go.
I don't know how much detail I'm supposed to give, basically, but
all I need to know, sweetheart, is about your date of birth to open your Pentagon right now. And then Rose going to also communicate with actually her angel and see exactly what the angel says and has as a messages for you. And we will assist you the best as we can. Go ahead, please.
You would like the date of birth of my child that I lost?
Yeah, you can have. Yes, please.
It would be 12/13 of 2016.
Oh, gosh. Okay. How old? So oh, my gosh. I'm so sorry for the lost baby.
Oh,
Can I have the name of the baby?
Thank you. I appreciate your condolences. The thing is, I wasn't sure how much reading you could do, being he was stillborn, you know what I mean? So I don't know if he can communicate or not, you know?
That's okay.
But
it doesn't matter if the baby born or not. The moment that you can receive the answer as you are pregnant, that means that you have a life in your body, and that means that there is identity and DNA in this baby. So that means the baby actually counts as a baby when you getting your news as that you are pregnant. So don't worry about that. So Rose, can you please communicate with Angel? As we know, there was even the little baby never born, and I know that there is tons of beautiful angels around this baby right now. They're trying to protect and loving. So please just like guide us and say exactly how you feel and sense with those angels right now around. Can I have the name that you had it in your mind? Or do you know about the gender of the baby though? And how far you were or when you lost the baby?
I was 20 weeks exactly when I lost him, and his name was Owen.
Oh boy. Okay. What I'm seeing is that Owen it's like when you lost Owen, I saw the angels come down, and I saw the angels take Owen's spirit directly home. You know, it was no limbo, no lingering. It's Owen went directly home. And he is not alone. He is surrounded by angels. He is indeed surrounded with your family members that have crossed over as well. So he's not alone. And what I'm receiving is Owen was meant to be in your body, to be with you for the time that he was, to give you the love that you needed, that you were not alone. And it's for the time that he was with you, he did fill a void. You know, it's like you're seeing the pregnancy as a whole entire loss, of course, as a mother would, but he did fill a void in your life. He was meant to be with you for the time that he was in your belly. And he knows it's like I can hear his voice, and he knows that you did love him. He, to this day, it's like he is part of you. He is still with you. He knows exactly what you have been going through. And it's like he is saying, it's like in his little voice, I hear him saying, he knows that you are still mourning, that you are mourning that loss, you're mourning his death. But what he wants for you and what the angels want for you is to find comfort and to find peace, to find that it was not, that this pregnancy was not in vain, that it was not all for nothing. And him going back home, he's going to be a spirit guide for you. It's not over. It's like you're still connected. And if you need Owen for anything, even though he is as small as he is going to grow. His spirit is, and it's not going to take him long because he's in the spirit world for him to grow and to be going back to an adult spirit. And if you ever need him for anything, for anything at all, he will come. He will come, and he wants me to tell you, he can hear you. He can hear you. When you talk to, feel free to talk to him and keep talking to him, because he can hear you. He can see you. He knows exactly what's going on every minute of the day with you. And being on the other side, being home, they know exactly what's going on. And he can feel you. He can sense you. He can hear you. So don't hold back from talking to him and asking for help, because that is what he is going to be, is your spirit guide from the other side.
That does make me feel better, knowing that he does hear me. That, and you know, he's not just there, not knowing what's going on. I'm glad he knows who I am. That's helpful. You really helped a lot. I appreciate that.
You're welcome, Morgan. He does. It's like, just take that comfort in knowing, because he does. It's like they want me to, reiterate that he does hear you. He does see you. He does know what is going on. He knows that you are grieving. And he wants you to, again, take comfort and find that peace and let yourself be at peace, because you've done nothing wrong. You've done nothing wrong. You know, he was in the wound for the time that he was supposed to be. He did provide love. You provided love to each other. He knows he was loved, and he knows he still is loved, is what I hear him saying. He knows he is still loved, and he loves you, and you're always going to be a part of each other. And until you are ready to go home, he's always going to be with you all your life, until you are ready to go home and you will be reunited. But do not think that his death was in vain, because it was not. It was not.
I truly appreciate that. That means so much, because I blame myself so much.
Awesome, Morgan. I think that what you need to do from now on is stop blaming yourself, because what happened to your baby boy wasn't your fault. And all I wanted you to do to feel blessed and communicate with your baby boy when you feeling you need it. And then feel free and talk to God, and also be thankful, because sometimes we don't know. If God make a decision that the baby never going to come, that is one of those, the angel that God wanted to send to the earth after, and then helping others. So try to be thankful and grateful. Don't try to feel that it was a bad life. God didn't even love me. Why actually God took away my baby away from me? Don't ever say any of those things. Just be thankful and grateful. Just pray for the beautiful, gorgeous, angelic soul of their baby. And I wish you the best, my love. I have another caller that's waiting. Unfortunately, I have to say goodbye to you, Morgan. Thank you so much. For more information, you guys, about me and about Rose, you can go to PersianMedium.com or PersianMedium@gmail.com. Thank you so much, Morgan. Have a great one, and bye.
Much love and blessings.
Awesome. So back to studio, and now I have Shelly from Vancouver. Hello, how are you doing, Shelly? Hello. Shelly.
Hi, hello. I am fine. It's so awesome to be hearing your voice and be connected to you. I've been watching your shows for the longest time, but I've never kind of connected.
So much love. Thank you. I love you.
Thank you so much. And I was so excited when I got a message, and I'm so happy to be talking. I just have two questions. One is that I'm in the middle of, actually not middle, I've just changed my career from what I have been doing. I've been just going through a rough time, and now I've changed it into this new career, and I just need to know that if it's okay for me to pursue this. And then my second question is about my dad, who passed away, and it just comes into my dreams a lot, even though I don't think about him at all.
Okay, let me just answer your question. The first question, gorgeous. Just go for it without no doubt. It's your time, and it's your destiny, and spirit, and all is the power, the unknown, or the highest power is calling you. I wanted you to listen, and I wanted you to go for it. Don't be scared, don't be worried, and don't be concerned, my love. Just go for it. It's time. Just get it done.
Yes, I am a little scared, but then that's the reason I'm asking. Okay, I should not be scared. Mm-hmm.
No, you know why? Because universe has your back. Because power actually has your back, and that's why I can see there is a tons of things that having your back right now. I see also the Archangel Michael having your back as well. So that's why you are completely protected. And you do not need to be concerned. That means that everything is going to be exactly as you wish and you desire for. So that's what I wanted you to go for it without any doubt. Just get up, stand up, and go for the desire that you had for a long time. It's time for you to make it happen. And I know you can, because I do believe in you with the energies that you are sending to me right now. There is nothing that could stop you to succeed.
Wow, thank you so much. That's so awesome to hear that. And also my dad, that I don't even think too much. He's passed in 2002, but I have constant reoccurring dreams about him, and I just don't understand that. Why?
Now I have my Angel Rose in the studio, and Angel, please, Rose, communicate with her dad and see if you can find any messages for this beautiful lady. Go ahead, please.
Okay, first thing I'm receiving is the reason why you're having these dreams is because your connection with your father is very strong. And he's coming to you in the dream state to give you messages and to stay in communication with you. And there's times where you're not understanding the dreams.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like the angels are telling me, write down the dreams, journal them, keep them in a journal. And there's a reason why you're not understanding is because you will later. Like for example, if he's trying to tell you, he's giving you messages of things that are to come, messages that you even in your subconscious mind, there's some things that you don't understand. And so he's coming to you in the dreams to not only just to explain, but kind of like show you the way, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because I know, because the confusion is that they're not very pleasant dreams, and they're upsetting. Those dreams are upsetting.
I think there is one reason behind it, and I know Rose is going to agree with me on this as well, because you've been very nervous and very tense in the past couple months, and I think that when you are so close to someone that passed away, he tried to communicate with you by kind of like being a little bit nervous and upset, to making you to wake up, to kind of like, it's kind of like a 1111 call, 1111 awareness. Wake up, stop it. You should not do it now. You are in the wrong path. Just change your path. Believe in yourself. Be more positive. Go for it. So the kind of upset, or when we kind of like meet our parents or some of the very dear people that passed away in the past, that doesn't mean that if they are upset actually in that dream, that doesn't mean that they are upset of us, or they are not in a good place, or maybe they are having kind of difficult time. It's not that. It's about you. They're sending a message to you to kind of sense yourself more, observe a little bit of these energies, and feel like what to do to try to change these energies. That means that if you want to make me happy, do something that you can make me happy. You definitely did something for your dad when he was alive. Maybe because when I actually talking about your dad right now, or feel about him, I feel the backyard, I feel a lime tree, I feel the planting, I feel doing something, giving life to something. This is exactly what I wanted you to do from now on, because he is trying to give you that message as well. Okay, so it's all about change and jump. change and jump. That is exactly what you are into that path right now, because you want to change something, you want to challenge something, but you don't know how to do. You are scared to do that. That's what exactly your dad wanted to say. I'm kind of upset. I'm kind of not happy because I feel that you are not believing yourself enough. It's exactly like 1111 as a number. Awareness, wake up, go for it. It's time, get it done.
Okay, makes sense. Yeah, so that was it, and then I could have so many more questions, but this is pretty awesome.
We still have time, so it's not plenty of time, but we still have almost 3 minutes. So go for it, gorgeous. Go for it.
Okay, so my next question is, I am a spiritual person, but how do I enhance my energy and keep it in a high vibration all the time, even though sometimes I do get surrounded by lots and lots of negativity? I try to kind of stay in my bubble, which then I think is I'm building my walls and I'm not expanding. So how do I go about that?
Okay, you have 1 minute. Do you have something, Rose? Say 1 minute.
What I would do to keep your vibration high is I would meditate and connect. Meditate and connect. And also the bubble that you put yourself in, make sure that it's clear and make sure that only positive and the divine will come in. And one more thing is
talk to the water as well. If you have any problem with kind of some vision that scare you, talk to the water. Water will actually receive all your negative energies and will take away from your body. Talk to the water. Go to the beach. Go to take shower. Shower, water will take away all negative energies from you, okay? So that's what I wanted you to do to that. Have that water around. Drink as much as you can. Sometimes you have to go to the bathroom and just start trying to take a shower. And this is very important. If you really guys want to manifest something, trying to get something done or some dream come true, go to actually some places that is full of water from the head to the toe, shower, beach, anything. Just go and close to the water. Water will give you all answer, took away all negativity and doubt, and also gave you so much energies of power.
Hi, I'm Faye, and thanks for watching Moonstruck. And now, back to A1R on the air, Psychic Talk Radio, now on Moonstruck TV, enlightening television.
Hello everyone, this is Fiona, Persian Media Mayan Power, and you are guys listening to A1R, and of course, tonight is Avid Advice Show. I received a lot of calls and also emails that how Avid Advice work and what we can do to get connected with you. It's very easy. You sign up and you became as a client member, and then a starting call or chat as you wish. Our psychics or medium, they are certificate, and they are very qualified, and they have a lot of beautiful, good experience. So, and they are always around 24 hours and 7 days to give you guys the best service as you guys wish. So, let's say a couple of you guys asked me like, okay, when I call, how long I should wait that my call, connect to you immediately. So let's say that you're calling right away and you put the credit card on, you are choosing how many hours, how many minutes you want to call and communicate, and then directly call button or chat button. You connect directly to your advisor. It's easy, simple, and I know that many of you guys that can't really come to California and see me face to face would love to continue and talk to me on the phone. So then I am available on avidadvice.com. And I had some questions in regard feelings, healing, healings and how we should combine those things together. Healings means that you heal something that not really making you to feel yourself anymore. When you're starting to feel that I need some healing, or I need that someone talk to me, connect with me, or work in my body, because somewhere in my body is not really feeling good. I have pain. I'm in pain, emotionally, physically. That means that your body and your mind gave you the signal to say, I need healings. Many of us would love to heal ourselves by your own power, but somehow we can't. So that's why you need someone else to try to talk to you, communicate with you, touch you, and using some power of energies to heal you. So feel good, connect with yourself, and make things happen. So if you guys need any healings, face-to-face meeting, but please email me at persianmedium@gmail.com. And I would love to see you guys and see what I can do to remove all emotional pain, physical pain, and any pain that you would love to have healing for. So back to studio, and you are guys listening to Avid Advice Show, and I have Tamika. Hello, Tamika. How are you doing from Michigan? How are you, darling?
I'm good.
Awesome, honey. Okay, Tamika, give me your date of birth, my love, and then tell me what you have in your beautiful mind, what you want to know at the moment, and let me just look up and see exactly what I can do for you. Go ahead, sweetie.
Okay. July 15th, 1987.
Okay. Okay, tell me about your feelings, your type, and your question right away, because your pentagon is just became so open right now. Go ahead, sweetie.
Okay. I just wondering about my work to find the right person.
I couldn't barely hear you. Can you say it again?
Okay, I was wondering if I married the right person.
Okay, you want to find the right person. So let me tell you about a couple of things that I can see in here. The first things that I can see, Tamika, is that you've been confused in the past a couple 6 months, or better say 9 months, because it's telling me about less than a year. And you don't know exactly where to go, because I see that you've been around people who wasn't really the right people. No matter what, around actually the August 23rd, August 28th of this year, you are going to have someone around that you definitely going to feel that there is some sort of connection. At the beginning, you're not going to feel like, he's going to be completely mine or somebody that I would love to be with. But I have to say, after 1 or 2 weeks of dating, you're definitely going to fall for this man. He's not like any other guys that you met before in the past. He's completely different. That's why you are going to fall in love. And there is a connection and feelings around, which I can see will develop around the month of October. And basically, almost around Thanksgiving time, Christmas time, 2018, you're not going to be alone. So that means that you are guys almost together. So this year is really your year to just think about your single life. But Tamika, just making me to wonder about a couple of things. What did you done as the wrong things in the past of 2 years? Because in the Pentagon shows that a couple of things you did that you shouldn't. You accept a couple of people that you shouldn't, and you knew that you should accept them. And you kind of like block or somehow stop yourself to moving forward. What was the reason, Tamika? What did you done?
In the last couple of years, I lost the baby in a relationship and into another relationship.
Okay. Because I did maybe pick up the loss of baby, because You kind of hold yourself back, you close yourself, you've been depressed. I understand you completely. It's not easy to lose the baby no matter what. But at the same time, you need to move on, you need to move forward. Right now, you are ready for a relationship, but if I'm going to say you are 100% ready, then I lied to you. So what I wanted you to be 100% ready though, I wanted you to stop living in your past. I wanted you to let go of the pain, which is still continuing to go through your brain back and forth. I wanted you to heal yourself. And it's easy to do by distract yourself with something that you always love and you always wish to have. So go to some places that there is a positive people around. Try to stop talking to people about what happened to you about 3 years ago. And if you see some pregnant woman, if you see some family, like a husband and wife, a little baby, whatever is going to make you to feel uncomfortable and sad, I want you to move on and just not communicate and talk. That's what I wanted to completely stop. Direct yourself and connect yourself with 2 years ago. If you do, then I would say that yes, you are ready and you are going to get what you want. So that means that your wish will complete. But if you still continue and go back and forth, my love, nothing will happen. So all I wanted you to do for now on, Tamika, I wanted you to stop living in your past, say goodbye, let it go, and make things go to the right directions, which I can see that you can easily do with your power, with your energies, and with a little bit of distraction. And you have also stuck in something that has to do with the career, which I can see that you're trying to do something about it. I can see some changes is coming, which is all good. What is exactly you are thinking to do, Tamika, when it comes to your career? It's happening lately.
Finishing school.
Okay. Can you get closer or not closer to the microphone because I can barely hear you. I just
finishing school.
Okay. You want to change your school?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see. That is actually the good decision, and the change in school for you is not going to be bad. And I feel about like it would be actually the new beginning for you. And yes, you have to do an answer from the Pentagon is yes. Just go for it. So you can go for it, Tamika. But one thing, number one, stop living in your past. Number two, stop thinking about what happened to you when it comes to the loss of the baby. And number three, try to not attract bad boy to yourself because you always want to heal others. It's time for you that someone come to your life and heal you. You got it, baby?
Yes.
Can you hear? Okay, got it. Okay, gorgeous. Do you have any other question?
No, that was it.
Awesome. So thank you so much, Tamika. And for more information, and if you want to have a private reading with me and having more connection, gorgeous, you can go to avidadvice.com, sign up, and you receive your 5 free minutes. And then after, you can communicate with me in a private manner. So back to studio, you guys listening to Avid Advice Show, and I have Georgina from Sydney, Australia. How are you doing?
Oh, not too bad, Fiona.
Awesome. How are you, gorgeous?
Sorry?
How are you doing, my love? How's it going? What time is it in Australia?
Oh, not too bad. Yeah, not too bad. Weather's good here.
Okay, good. Okay, sweetheart, give me your date of birth first, and then tell me what you have in your beautiful mind and what I can do for you. Go ahead.
Okay, 26/12/68.
Okay, three things come directly in the middle. The first, which is very important part, it was health. Number two, it comes from the changing and challenging or moving position. And number three is showing me about some signing the contract, doing something, and getting into something serious. So now, tell me what's going on. Shoot your question. I have to open the new Pentagon for you because I have a lot of things around you. Go ahead.
Yep. I'm finding a lot of struggles at the moment. I'm an empath and I work in a dementia unit, and between my work and my family life, I'm struggling, and I think emotionally, I'm shutting down.
Okay.
So I just need to know, because I've always known and felt where I'm going and what I'm doing and if it's right, but right now it's shut completely.
Why you feel that way, my love? Why are you feeling so down? And I see that it's not necessary, but you are really being hard on yourself a lot. You did a lot of stuff that you shouldn't do. So why you are doing yourself? Because the first things that come in the middle of your pentagon was your health. So you are not in a good condition when it comes to your health, because you are stressing yourself a lot. You gave yourself a panic attack, which is not necessary. And you take a lot of things personal. Why you care about people? Why you are so? I understand it's family. I understand a lot of things you don't want to hurt. You don't want to even, get connected with those conversations because you feel that it's not fair. But do you think that you can change the situation? Not now. Of course not. So what you can change, you know that you can never ever change people around, because they are who they are, and it's kind of very hard to change those people. But what you can do, you can change yourself, the way that you are thinking about them, the way that you respect them, and the way that you communicate with them, or letting them to be in the middle of the circle of your life. So I wanted you to stay away from those that make you to feel nervous, uncomfortable, sad, disappointed, and unhappy. This is your choice, and you can do it easily. And I don't understand why you have to even concern too much about people who may not have any value in your life. You're just hurting yourself, creating more panic. You're letting your body to shut down, and your brain, which is, you're an intelligent, beautiful woman. You know what you want, but now, lately, you can't even think correctly. You can't even use your talent. You don't know even what you want because you're completely lost, just because of those couple of people that may not really important. And you gave them so much value. You're just giving them so much value right now when me and you talking. Stop giving them so much value, because they are. If you got hurt one time from someone and you feel that this person is just continuing, just move on. As I said, you can never, ever change people because it's very hard. They get used to be that position. And as you know, I always says about the giver personality and receiver personality. Many people, it's just, having the receiver personality. And it's not just because they want to hurt you, you're just used to it. Then move on. Find someone that actually can be, in your position. So that's why I feel like you need to really change a lot of circumstances. And I think the most important things for you right now, sweetheart, is about that change your thought. The way that you see and feel things, the way that you connect with those people, I want you to change it. I want you to challenge yourself. Let it go. Now, I want to ask you something, and I want you to tell me exactly what's bothering you. Right now, at the moment that you are talking to me, what is exactly bothering you? What is exactly making you feel stressful, anxious, uncomfortable, and sad? Just right now. Go ahead.
Probably I can't move on from the past. I just can't let go of a certain probably person, emotionally, not physically, to move on and see better light with my now partner.
Okay. What this person caused you emotionally, that you feel that inside you is still bleeding and you can't move on?
I don't know. We were together, and I think it was a struggle to stay together just to understand his illness. and I just haven't let go, because we're still friends. I keep friends with everyone, and there's just something about this one that I just can't let go. We're still friends, but I just can't, and I'm trying very hard, and I feel that that's blocking me to allow any new love in.
So let me ask you the question: why you want to be friend with someone that you feel that you got hurt for? Why you want to choose to still kind of like be a friend and have a conversation and communication?
I don't know. That's my issue now. I don't know at the moment. Everything's in turmoil in my head, in my stomach.
Well, because you stop there, because you feel, because I can even feel and sense you psychically that you have a guilty feelings, and you feel that you have to be around this person no matter what, and you letting this person use and abuse you more than you could think and imagine, as you're still continuing, and this person is still continuing to use you. So I wanted you to cut the cord, because you don't need to explain anything to that specific person. You don't need to be around someone that you got hurt already. If something happened to you in the past, and because you did not have any knowledge and you didn't know about that person, well, okay, you got lesson. But if you continue and it happened to you in second time and third times, then you can't see that it's just, I don't know what's happening. It's your fault. So right now, if you continue with this specific person, you're not going to go anywhere. You're just going to hurt yourself more. And remember, the first things on the Pentagon that I opened, just the first word that come, it was health. So if you continue this way, your health is not going to hang in there. So you are going to have problems. That's why I wanted to stop feeling guilty. Stop blaming yourself. And that person, it sounds to be have a master of narcissistic personality to come after you, to trying to hurt you and say goodbye, and again come back and manipulate you, and then say goodbye, and then again come back and manipulate you and say goodbye. So let it go. You can't do anything with the narcissist person. No. If you have someone which is narcissist, it's just, I'm sorry, it's just not going to work out. And if this person is not even allow or understand that he or she had that type of the problem, then it's going to be even worse, because you're never going to have any voice. He's never going to allow you to even say something about yourself and about your thought, because it's always he's right, he's been always correct, and it was always your fault. And no matter what you are fighting, no matter what you are going back and forth, no matter what you are trying to defend yourself, he's going to push you down more and more and more. And at the end, you're going to feel that you did not even have any sort of value as a woman, as a person, as a friend, as someone that you really cared about that specific person. So why are you trying to allow someone using and abuse your emotion? What I can see, you're a talented woman. You're successful. You know so much things. You help a lot of people, because I can see a lot of people around you that always come and ask you for advice. And you gave them the best advice ever when it comes to that position. But when it comes to yourself, you feel and you kind of, stuck and feel hopeless. I mean, come on. It's time to get up, stand up, let it go, and be yourself again.
Yeah.
Do you agree with me?
Yes, 100%. I know. I can see it all, and I do help a lot of people, but it's me always comes last. Yeah.
I understand. Painful for you, and I get that what you mean by you may not, and it kind of hard for you to do that, but you know what? You have to. Sometimes we need to cut the cord, because if you are not that, you are going to lose yourself. So all I wanted you to do for tonight, write it down, a little piece of paper and says, from tonight, I'm not going to allow anyone, and specifically that specific person, hurting me, using me, and disvaluing. Because it feels like this man knows exactly what to do to make you feel guilty, put you in the blame situation, and it's always going to be, come to me, say sorry, and then maybe I will go back to you. You have to break the habit. Yep. And unfortunately, he's not going to change because he has that problem and he never ever accepts his problem. So the narcissist is always breaking up, disappear for 3 months, come back again, standing for 2-3 months, breaking up, back, and again, come back. So that's why I always say to my client, if you are dealing with a narcissist man or narcissist woman, just cut the cord. Until this man or woman love to change this personality, get help, and understand exactly what type of problem he or she has. And in your case, my recommendation to you is cut the cord. Let it go. Yeah. If it's going to be so hard, if he wants to come, don't answer your phone. Block him completely. Break everything. You can't be a friend with a man that you are in love with, or you can't be a friend with a woman that you're in love with. That's what I'm telling to my students. It's kind of impossible. If you're in love with someone and you couldn't have a relationship and you always had the imagination that you want to marry this person says, no, you are just my friend. Remember that. I'm this, I'm that. So you can't ever feel comfortable with the man or woman that wants to just be your friend, but would love to use and abuse you when she or he wants. So what I wanted you, don't be around a person that you are absolutely fall for, but this person has no feelings and no clue and not knowing exactly what he or she wants. So get out, my love. I have 90 seconds. So for more information, gorgeous, you can go to abbyadvice.com, sign up, have your 5 free minutes, and you can directly call me if you want to have a private reading. And thank you so much for all my audience. Have a great one, and see you next week.
Welcome to Angel's Divine Guidance. I'm Angel, coming to you live from Saskatoon, Sask. So, let's see. I thought I would talk about our various levels of vibration. It's a lot. I get a lot of questions when I'm doing readings, so I thought I might just get a little more in depth to it, okay? As humans, we have an amazing sense of intuition, okay? And we use it to live our lives to their fullest, okay? But we tend to limit ourselves to just a few of our senses. As children, we're raised to believe the 5 senses, okay? But there's so many more senses than just the 5, all right? So we can be using more than our 5 senses to help us define our truth, to live our life to our fullest, to be our happiest, okay? There's many vibrational awarenesses or senses of the energetic reality, we all experience vibrational awarenesses on varying levels. Okay? So, just to go into a few of the various levels of the vibrational awareness, we have our intuitiveness, okay, and an empath or empathic feelings, okay? This is just knowing something without knowing how you know it. It's just a gut feeling. It's there. You know it's what you must do, no questions asked. But when people ask you, well, how do you know? You just go, because I just know. All right. With the empath, we tend to feel all energies. So not just people's energies, we can feel the animals' energies, we can feel the plants' energies, we can feel like our table and our chairs' energies. Have you ever been in a situation where you have sat down in a chair in a restaurant and you kind of all of a sudden get that little wiggly move going and, yeah, no, I don't like this chair. So you move chair? Or at somebody's house, you sit down on their couch and it's sort of like, I think I'll move over. And you don't have Sheldon telling you to move over. Okay? So just know that that's a sense that you're using in your intuition and in your empathic abilities. Okay? There's also psychic awareness. Now, traditionally, people have looked at psychics as being fortune tellers, okay? But that's not necessarily the truth. Some psychics can tell the future, they can see ahead. Those are ones who are more developed. But in general, we just use our psychic abilities to raise the vibration, okay? So just imagine we're at a vibration here, and as we use our psychic intuition, our psychic awareness, our psychic abilities, we're raising our vibration up. And each time that we raise up, we get more clarity and we get stronger messages, and eventually you can be doing fortune telling, mediumship. It's just depends on how you choose to develop or how you choose to go forward with it. Okay. The next one is mediumship. Now, that's a tricky one. I get a lot of people asking me about the mediumship. And I've always been told that all mediums are psychics, but not all psychics are mediums. And I've used that term at times. But the more that I'm developing and the more that I'm researching, the more that I'm finding out that that's not necessarily the truth, because we're all psychic and we all have the capabilities to developing our mediumship. It's just for some of us, it comes easier than others. Okay? And mediumship is just a higher form of psyche. Okay? We're able to connect with the spirit world. We're able to connect to their energies. We're able to feel what they're feeling, or we're able to see or hear the messages that they're giving. So there's many different levels of mediumship. So you can have somebody who's just beginning, and a lot of the times when somebody who's just beginning mediumship, they're actually doing a psychic read off of the person they're reading, opposed to actually contacting spirit. Okay. And an easy way to know that is when they're in the psychic read, they're just picking up everything that you're thinking about on that person that's on the other side. So you have to be looking for something that nobody else would know but the spirit. Okay. Now, there's also times that as a medium, the spirit will give us a message that necessarily isn't, how do I put it? You may not understand it at the time or say, nope, 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 that doesn't make any sense. But then after the read, if you start talking to friends and family, there'll probably be somebody that'll go, yeah, that is correct. You just didn't know that information when the reading came through. And that's just the spirit giving you a piece of information so you know that you've had a correct read, that we are giving you the right information. Now, then you can get into your mediumship of the person who actually is talking to spirit. So they're getting the information that nobody else knows. There's no way they would know this. And they're just giving that information. So they're at what I would call like a mediumship at the level when you're doing mediumship. So they are connected. The third and more challenging one for a medium is to actually get into a higher up where they're actually letting, well, I don't know if you want to say letting it, more of a channeling, which would be our fourth one, which would be channeling is our other awareness, where they're actually putting their consciousness aside and letting the spirit do the talking. Okay? Then we can get into our channeling part, okay, where in the channeling end of it, the person literally does put their consciousness, their ego, everything to the side. And they actually bring in either a spirit guide or their higher self or the spirit, and then they bring through the messages. Automatic writing is a type of channeling, okay? When somebody says, oh, I just meditate and do automatic writing, they're actually channeling to get that information and writing down the messages that's been channeled. Some people who will channel will actually feel and remember when they come out of the channeling. Then you'll get some people who will channel that when they come out of it, they don't remember anything. So they don't remember nothing they've said or anything that they've done. So there's kind of different ways when you're looking into doing the spiritual work or the psychic or the mediumship. It's all on how you're going to choose to develop and how much you're going to choose to practice to develop it. Okay? Now, I know I've had a few incidents where I will be doing a reading and I'm kind of into the channeling, but at the time that I'm getting into the channeling, the spirit actually wants to enter my body. I never allow that. I am dead set against it for the simple fact is I don't know. Like, that's somebody else's energy that's getting into my body and can cause a lot of health issues and a whole bunch of other stuff that we really don't want. So myself, it's just something I choose not to do. So a lot of the times in the reading, you'll kind of see me shake and it's sort of like, no, back off. You're not getting in me. We'll just channel, we'll just communicate, but you're not going to enter. All right. So with that being said, we all start at a lower level when we're developing our psyche. It's just some of us as children never shut it off. So we've been developing from being a baby all the way up to whatever age we are today. And other people have to have something traumatic, a death in the family, an accident, a divorce, something that kind of tips them back into it. And then it's whether they choose to develop it or not. All right. So just before the show, just before I got dingled up, I was shuffling the cards. And for everybody watching, I got the Love and Peace card. Okay. So that's telling us we have to let go of the control, the needing to be right. We have to choose to come from a non-judgmental place with the rest of people in the world, because we don't know what they're going through. We don't know what they've been through. We handle things differently than they do. All right. So just know that it comes to be a depends for everybody. And just because we don't think what they're doing is correct, that's our opinion, and it really doesn't matter as long as it's working for them, then that's all right. Okay. So now I see we have Cheryl in Leduc, Alberta. Oh, Canada. Hi, Cheryl.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good. And you?
Oh, I'm doing not too badly.
That's
I'm excited
good.
about hearing what you pull for me.
Well, your card that I dealt out just before I was phoned up here is the card. Okay. So that's a card that's telling me that you need to take charge. Okay. So you need to lead by example, and you need to walk your talk. You have a lot to teach people. Okay. You have a lot of people who look up to you, but I'm getting the sense you don't trust yourself. Is that correct?
Well, I'm going through a health issue right now that I'm not sure what's going to happen with it. I've been diagnosed with breast cancer.
Oh, my girl. Oh, I just went through that last year. Okay.
And so I've got my head wrapped around it. I think I know the path that I want to take. And finances are going to be an issue, but
no, it's the correct path for you. And don't worry about the finances. They're all going to fall into place exactly when you need them. Okay? Okay. All right. So they're telling me that the choice you've made is correct. Don't let anybody talk you out of it. Don't let the doctors talk you out of it. They're also telling me you need to do a little more research into the naturopathic remedies.
Right.
Okay? So like your dandelion tea, your beet juice, your super green juices. All right. Okay. Now, you need to get off of all sugar. That's going to be a hard one for you.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Sugar,
oh, yeah.
sugar is what turns on the cancer cells and what makes them grow. Okay. So just watch that sugar, like get off of it. And remember that carbs turn into sugar.
Okay.
Okay. Protein turns into sugar. So you've really got to watch what you're going to be putting on your diet. Okay.
Okay.
I can always help you more. Just email me. Okay. At Cosmic Earth Angel at outlook.com, and I can definitely help you, because I went through this a year ago. I chose to have the double mastectomy. Doctors argued with me. Short story, I won. I got it done. I did not have to get chemo, and I did not have to get radiation, because the combination of going on the holistic path along with the surgery, I did not have to put any chemicals into my body.
That's what I like to hear.
So you got this. They're telling me, like, you really got this. You're gonna have about a year of a bumpy road. Okay. You're going to have to honor your body. So once you're on your path to recovery with this, girl, don't rush it. Line up help. Line up people to do meals for you. Line up people to come in and clean your house. Line up people to do your laundry. Okay.
Okay.
Do not try to force the issue and get back on the horse as fast as what you're used to doing. Okay. You will set yourself back if you do that. Okay. you have to give your body that time to recover. Okay. It's a major battle. That's all I can say. It's a major one.
Okay.
All right. So you need to have the help, and it's time. It's time for you to balance out because you're a giver. You do everything for everybody. It's now time to let them come up to bat for you. Okay. Now, do you have a grandfather on the other side?
Yes.
Did he die of a heart attack?
Yes.
Yes? Okay.
Yes.
So he's here and he's with you. Okay. Now, he's the one that's going to bat for you. So know that he is right next to you. He sees everything. He hears all your prayers, and he's there, girl. So trust that you're in good hands. Okay. Because he's going to bring everybody into your life that you're going to need. And you're going to need to trust that. Okay? Again, you're supposed to slow down. I don't know what that means, but you're supposed to slow down. Okay?
Okay.
Now, he's also making a reference. Do you have a car?
Yes.
Okay. He's making reference to the rear passenger's tire. So I don't know if it's a low tire. I don't know if it's a flat tire or if it's a brake issue. He's just kind of going, like he's showing me that he's walking around your car, but he's stopping at that rear tire and making a point at it.
Occasionally.
Slow down. Okay?
Yeah.
So the speed, the tire, whatever issue it is, it's going to be a combination for disaster. So you might either, if it's the tire, get it fixed or get the brakes checked, but he's making a reference to that tire. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Now, do you have any other questions for me?
No, you said my finances would be okay.
Yes, it's all going to work out in the end. Okay. Now, keep all your receipts. Okay. If you need to buy any medical supplies, keep those receipts and hand them in with your income tax girl. Okay. You're able to get deductions for those. Okay.
Okay.
So keep that in mind. Now, does he have anything else to say? Okay, where does the dog fit into the picture? He's referencing a medium-sized dog.
That's my dog.
That's your dog that you have right now?
Yeah.
Okay. He's making it a point that does the dog stay with you a lot? Like laying beside you, sitting on your lap?
Yeah, she's a real lady, or she's a real mama's girl.
Yeah, she's healing you, girl. She's a healing dog.
Okay, good.
Okay. She's going to help you heal. She's a healing dog. She's using her energy to help calm you down and de-escalate your stress, because stress is another bad one for cancer. Okay?
Okay.
So give her a good hug and a good kiss and an extra little treat and maybe a little bit of Timmy's double-double.
Okay.
She's doing a good, she likes double-double. He's going, she likes double-double. So just give her a little extra of it tonight before you go to bed. Just because she's there for you, okay? And know that you're not in this alone. You can contact me at any time. Okay? You can get, like I said, through email or just go to crystalclaire101.com. My cell number's on there. You can text me and I'll support you as best as I can. All right?
Okay. Thanks very much.
You got this.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hi, Magdalene. You're welcome. And we have Magdalene in Vancouver, Washington.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. I'm an awesome possum today. So I did your card, and your card is the Sacred Vision card. Okay. So in that card, it's more meaning